No. I don't know the next chord. Did you like that? That was
Great.
Baby.
Now and again, when you're playing the guitar, you play a chord and you go, "That sounds like that song." Do you know what I mean? Like you play it and you go, "That." I think I've just accidentally learned. And Faith, I was messing around and I was like, "So," and I was like, "What's that song?" And I was
Wait,
like,
that's
"Oh, yeah."
Faith.
You don't mean to suggest George Michael isn't a virtuoso on the guitar, do you?
No,
Basically, he didn't even. He just picked. I was like, I need a chord. Music producer, I need a chord. I don't know. A? That's the bloody first letter of the alphabet. Yeah, I'll do. Fuck it.
Do you want to hear a funny story about George Michael?
I guess.
Funny, true story. This.
It's not going to be like sad because he's
No,
dead.
no, nothing like that. No.
Like you once tripped over his tombstone or something.
The first time he ever appeared on Top of the Pops, right?
Yeah.
He got the bus home because he wasn't
He's
that
a cool
famous.
guy,
You know?
George.
He just got the bus home, and he was expecting to get mobbed because he'd been on Top of the Pops. He was expecting all these people to come and ask for his autograph and get mobbed.
Yeah, but this is London, presumably.
It is London, and he got on the bus to go home, and nobody knew who he was. Everyone just ignored him, and he said, "I couldn't believe it. I've been on Top of the Pops, and nobody knew who I was."
Wouldn't have happened. Towards the end of his career, though. Yeah.
No, what do you
Dilated.
Well, I guess not.
Cardiomyopathy with myocarditis.
I guess not being recognised. I guess it would be nice.
I could touch your body. God, I can't believe I know the lyrics to the song more than you do. Are we ready to start?
Hold on. We are ready to start, but I've got to think
I
twice.
have no idea anymore.
Sorry.
Can we cut the condescending crap and play the game?
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Here we go, people. I have faith that we're going to get done with this show within 20 minutes.
Welcome yo to the veteran game.
Well, 2 hours and 20 minutes, I guess.
Tell ya.
Reviews and an indie pick.
Yeah, huh?
Story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite savior.
Anything's gotta be better than this Xbox bullshit.
It's the veteran gamers.
There you go.
It's the veteran gamers.
Oh, blah, blah, blah,
It's
blah.
the veteran gamers.
Can we say?
I don't. You see,
You see?
Duke, lay off the sound
Switch
effects.
that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
I'll just stick with the veteran gamers.
Hello and welcome to episode 634 of the Veteran Gamers Podcast.
Yay, 634. What's up, people? I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
I
I like that.
And that's Chinny on the guitar.
Oh, that's a good intro. I like it. Musical.
What up, Dan? Who's in our chat? Who's
just
into-
like-
who's-
Do you know what I mean?
Can I
Doing-
just say?
Yes.
Can I just say, by the
Go
way,
ahead, say it.
while Dan is in the chat, he's a ledge. Dan
Dan
is
is
a ledge.
Dan is the
a ledge.
official. I don't know if you know this, but Dan is the official VG Hub PC support team.
He is. He is
I
only
don't know.
one man.
Whenever
He's a
I have
one-man
issues with
support team.
PCs, I go, Dan, Dan.
Which is what I did last week, because as you know, my PC was broken.
Well, Stu, you don't
And now
really.
it's better.
My favorite time. It's story time. Story
Stu,
time.
you don't really make a big song and dance about these things.
I know I don't. I'm very good about
Very modest, very
here's the thing.
humble about it.
Streamlined
Here's the
narration.
thing,
Just
though,
right
right?
to the point,
Get
removing
to it.
needless words.
Shoo.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, though, right? I asked Dan for help, right? Because I was like, I feel like I need a bit of a comfort blanket when I'm fiddling about with a PC. You know what I mean? Bit of moral
I know what
support.
A literal one.
But
Because
Dan
otherwise
was-
you might turn to the hacksaw and do some horrible damage to your computer.
But Dan was busy. He was cycling and stuff.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
but he's like, Stu, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
You just do
Believe
it.
in yourself.
Just be fine, man. So
Well, you could
Yeah,
say you've got to have fun.
you do. So I took the PC into the repairman person in Leyland in his little PC shop, right?
Yeah.
And I said, it's not working. You know, it won't turn
Did you say
on.
anything else when
Slow
you
down.
walked in?
Wait. I want to know exactly what you said. You're
No, I'm
just
trying
telling
to
us
keep
some
it
things
short.
that
I'm
you
trying to
said.
keep it short. So I said, it's not working. can you have a look at it for me? It's not working, right? And he
This
went,
is 4 lines about what he said to the guy in the shop. Just
So he
I brought
said-
it in the shop, and he said,
so he said, well, what's he doing? I'm like, nothing. It's not doing anything. You press a button, nothing happens. And he went, all right.
And then he said, Brian, get here.
And then here's where it got a bit tricky.
and Brian's like, I'm eating lunch.
I mean, lunch.
I think I upset him.
And
He got a little bit.
I think he had lasagna.
It got a bit tricky at this
No,
point
it was risotto.
because
Why was he upset? Go ahead.
I told him he didn't know anything. No, because I said
Now,
to him,
now your daughter's.
I
You
know,
get hecklers now, Stu.
I know,
Yeah, really.
heckled in my own conservatory.
Yeah.
I was a bit rude to
Shut up.
him. I was a bit rude because
Yes.
he said, "What power supply have you got in it? Is it modular?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, it's a gaming PC, yeah, because
Yeah. Dickhead.
yeah, of course it's modular, you knob."
Dickhead.
Shit.
And you know what he said?
Your
He
mom.
went, "I don't really like modular ones. You know, you're better with non-modular." I'm
Ugh.
like,
Well, that's not what I
really.
asked you about, sir. Why don't you
And I'm
just take
like,
a look
not
at what's wrong with my
really.
computer, you
I
numpty?
said, not really, because you want constant current to each
Oh,
component.
you
That's
started
why you get
arguing with him,
modular.
did you?
Yeah, so I started arguing with him and saying,
Well,
I'm
a long
like,
story
don't need-
short, Stu
Can
works
you
there
help
now.
me fix my computer? I don't like what's in it. Well, let me tell you why what's in it is good.
A long story short,
here's-
Duke, he works there now.
Here's the thing.
I can tell from the
Here's the
angle of the
thing.
camera that everything's fine.
I took my old PC in to him years ago, right? And
Years ago.
he charged me 80 quid for a new PSU for it, right? Plus fitting. And then when I got home and looked at what he put in and like Googled it, it was 30 quid
I
to
imagine.
buy. It was a cheap
Yeah, 'cause
Chinese.
you're paying for the
PC.
convenience, aren't you?
Yeah,
It was
but
a
I
piece of
imagine
shit.
when you opened it up and you saw what it was in there, it was just one of those like self-drinking bird things.
Honestly,
drinking the
that's
water.
what it was like. It was a piece of shit. Anyway, so
Anyway.
he said, "Oh, well, leave it with me. I'll have a look. Leave it with me. I'll have a
Yes.
look." Right? So I was like, "Fine."
Did you put a lot of faith into that person when they
Not really.
when you left them in that faith state?
But listen. So off I went. An hour later, I get a text off him.
What did you do in the
Oh,
hour,
okay.
Stu? I mean, you got to fill me
I
with
was
the
doing
details.
some stuff. I can't even remember. But I get a text off him, and it says,
New number,
yeah,
who
you-
this?
"Your CPU, your CPU 8 bit is not 8-bit. Your CPU sockets basically failed on your motherboard. I think you can come and collect it."
Well,
Right?
I'm not going to fix it. You can just
I'm not
get
gonna
it.
fix it. Just
Take
come and
this
get
piece
it.
of
Right?
shit out of my store.
Imagine
so
that was a
goes-
car mechanic. And they go, you,
Your drivetrain.
Your head gasket's gone. Come and
You-
collect
Going
it.
away.
yeah, your gearbox is fucked. You can come and get
Yeah.
it if you want.
You can just go and
Right.
get it. So I goes back to the shop, right? And then I was rude again, yeah.
Stop yelling at him.
Shut up, Billy.
Because then he's going right. It just comes up with right. He's like, "What sort of processor have you got in it?" And I'm like,
What's the
"What
process
sort
right?
of processor is it?"
Why
I
does it
said
matter?
So I said, "Oh, it's an AMD Ryzen."
Oh,
7
it's an AMD. That's
Two
fucking
thousand
that
shit.
X, right? And he said,
Hey,
this
boy,
is
you
what
think you
he
got an
said.
AMD? He's a fucking idiot.
Right. So he said, "Oh well, you know, you can get some pretty decent i3s." I'm like, "You are?
You
So
what,
I'm
mate?
like- I'm like, "You what? That
You what,
means I need
mate?
to get a new motherboard and a new processor. What are you going on about, right?" I'm
You
like, "What
fucking
are
don't know
talking
nothing,
about?"
mate.
Right, and he was like,
Jeez.
"Oh well, we're just saying." I'm
Did
just.
he
I'm
get
like,
his
"It's
certification
fine."
to fix
Then
pieces
he's
off
going-
the back of a
Then
cereal
he's
box?
going, "Oh well, you know, if you get a new motherboard for it, your old processor probably won't be compatible." And I'm like, "Why? It's only 2 years old." "Oh well, yeah, 2 years is a long time in this, like, you know, in PC." I'm thinking, yeah, I
not really.
realise.
I've had mine since
Well,
2019.
2 years
This
not
guy
that long.
is an absolute bell cheese, right? So,
Right.
is he?
So I said, "Yeah, I'll sort it." But like, I mean, he's just assumed I was going to sort it myself anyway. So I was like, "Oh, thanks for that." And then I got outside the shop and I'm thinking, I didn't offer him to pay him any money at all.
No.
Well, because he didn't do anything.
He
What are
didn't
you
do
going to
And
pay
he
him
didn't
for?
ask, so I was just like, well, he figured out what was wrong, which was the motherboard, which was good.
Wow.
So anyway, I ordered a new motherboard.
Here's £2. Go get yourself something
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, I ordered a new motherboard. I fitted it on Friday, and it's fine. Yeah, it just booted up straight
Yay!
away.
All's well
Like
that ends
nothing
well.
had changed. I didn't even have to sign into Windows again, and nothing, which I was very happy with.
Well,
So,
I got to tell you,
I'm up and
I
running.
also bought a new piece of kit.
Oh yeah, you did. Oh my god!
Because my controller, I was doing badly in Rocket League, like even worse than usual. And I realized that my buttons had worn out on my controller. So I was like, all right, it's time to get a new one. So I go to get it. And I bought it at Walmart. God help me. It's been years since I went into a Walmart, but there's no other store near us. So I got it one.
How many guns did you buy in Walmart?
17. You
Good.
have to buy at least 5 when you go into Walmart.
They literally give you one for free as you buy an Xbox.
When you walk in, they're like, here's your gun.
Here's your gun. Nappies are on the left.
Ammo. You want ammo?
So I got it home and I started playing. It was fine. And then this morning, I was playing Rocket League and it wasn't rumbling when I was boosting. And I'm like, God damn it, now what? And I just joined this new Discord. I'll talk about them later. But if anybody's around, Remnants of Hope, what? Coolerian, if you're there, how you doing? Anyway, so somebody on the chat was like, yeah, just take it back. And I was like, well, I'd like to see if I can save myself a trip to the store first. And eventually I found a thing that said, oh, the rumble will turn on. Because I was looking all in my settings on the Windows 10 and everything. And then it goes, this one website said, well, if the battery's low, it'll turn off the rumble. And I looked at my indicator and I'm like, oh, yeah, the battery is low. How about that? And then I go to plug in my Xbox charging cable, the one I've been using for like 7 years with the Xbox. It's the wrong one. This is the USB micro or whatever, and it needs a USB-C.
I think I can speak for anybody that works in media that USB micro can go fuck off forever.
But it charges these headphones, so I can't get rid of that cable.
USB-C
I want an
is
adapter,
the place to
but
be. Okay.
There it
fuck
is.
that shit, man. I don't want to have to buy a new cable. So the point is, I had to run my controller on batteries.
Say no to micro.
Batteries?
I thought Apple was the only people who always said, yeah, buy a new cable. Apparently not.
USB-C is used for everything now. It is the slut of USB.
It's the standard. It's the
What
standard.
makes it better than micro?
Because you can put it in any way. It breaks less. It breaks less. Trust me, dude. As somebody that
mine
plugs
hasn't
in,
broken, so I don't care about that.
as somebody that plugs in
I've never
cables
had
all
this
day.
problem of, oh, it takes 4 seconds to try it in one way and then turn it around and do the other way. Ugh.
No. Like we plug in cables all day at work, and micro can just fuck off.
That's your life. Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
It
I'm
is
glad
my
it makes
life.
your life
It is
easier.
my life.
It makes my life more
my
difficult. Because I have to go buy a new cable, and I can't just buy an adapter for this one. Why not?
Oh, for God's sake.
Why can't I just buy an adapter? Tell me why I can't.
Because fuck you.
Because it's as cheap to buy a cable. What's the matter with you?
You can buy an adapter.
Because
Yeah, but
I
why
only
do you
want to
buy
have
an
one
adapter?
cable
Just buy
plugged
a
in.
new
I only
cable.
have one USB available at the front of my system. So I would
Get
have
a
to
USB
unplug this
hub.
one and plug the other one in. I gotta get another hub.
Yeah, but what's
God, how
your
many hubs am I gonna have?
Oh
I've
my
got
God.
2
What, am
under
I
this
made out of
bitch.
hubs? Maybe I
I've
already
got a
have a
hub.
hub though.
I got a hub.
I've got hubs
got a
coming out
hub.
my asshole.
Yeah, I've got hubs out my ass. You know, I
Anyway,
walk
that's
around
my
here and I
exciting
just
Hold
trip
adventure.
on.
over hubs.
I
Vinny,
feel
what technology did you buy this week?
no. I feel like we glossed over the what repair shop this is because I want to find out and call these bastards out.
Well, the one that I went to.
Yeah.
Oh, PC Academy it's called.
Oh
It should
yeah,
be called
found it.
fucking
Right, got it.
PC
Sounds
Okay.
like they
training
flunked out of
school.
PC
So
Academy to me.
let's look
Hey-o.
at PC
training
Academy.
school.
Let's look at PC Academy. They've got 59 Google reviews.
No, they're pretty good actually. Weirdly,
Well, unless you come into them with a
with a
question
gaming
you wanna-
PC, don't go
So
with your
the,
gaming.
the top review here is by Kevin. He says, really friendly service. And he tried his very best to resolve
Hey,
my
try his
issue.
best.
He tried his
He
best.
tried, would definitely recommend and use again. And they replied to it
There's a
going,
response actually
Yeah?
to that review. Here
Yeah.
it is. It's right here.
Enchantment!
I thought you was going to play the
Hey,
go
could've
fuck
done with that.
yourself. Okay, so
That would have been
this
more
one,
appropriate.
Neil says, established in 2000 and still providing the same high level of customer satisfaction. I'll tell you who Neil is. He fucking works for them or he's related to them. This fucking.
No,
Let's
Neil's
go.
There's a
the
response
man.
to that review as well,
Neil's
and it
the
goes like
man.
this.
Enchantment!
Right, let's go to the lowest reviews. These are the fun ones,
Yeah.
right? So the top, what I've clicked lowest, and the first one that's at the top is
How many reviews are there for this hole in the wall?
59.
59.
59 reviews. Holy crap! How long
That's
have they been
pretty good.
around?
Since 2000. We're not listening.
Well,
So
they've
that-
established a pretty decent presence. Go ahead.
59. So that this guy one star, clearly not happy.
Ooh.
Overcharged for a simple job.
Well, he didn't overcharge me. He didn't charge me. I think he durned.
The owner responded. They responded to this. They said, "Sorry, you were not happy, you cunt." Another thing. But I have no idea
Next Tuesday.
who you are based on your limited explanation. Even if you are real, you would have been told the cost prior to the job being done.
So what do
and
you think?
agreed
Someone
to.
just made up the review?
Unfortunately,
I'm gonna go around and troll people. That's not the way you
real.
respond in a public space to a bad review.
Unfortunately,
you're supposed to start with, "I'm so sorry you had a
you
bad
weren't
experience."
happy with your experience. Yeah.
Unfortunately, even a simple job takes time to complete, and this is time I'm not spending on other customers' PC who appreciate my work and needs their PC back ASAP, as they probably need it urgently in this current climate. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Let's look for a juicy negative
Oh,
review.
Dan said his new Xbox controller came with a lead. What the hell? Why didn't mine come with one?
Because it's a cheapskate one, that's why.
I guess it's the Xbox One.
I've got.
I mean, how many do they sell?
I've got an Xbox box.
By the way,
here.
can I
Dude,
just
I
say,
can check if it comes with a lead.
I don't think my monitor has USBs.
I didn't tell you the funniest thing I did whilst repairing my PC.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear.
I never
this
tell
story.
you the
It's gonna be
funniest thing.
hilarious. Yeah, go ahead.
I started trying to put my new motherboard in. I'm like,
Oh, that is funny.
no, I'm like, why is he not lining up with the screw holes? It's not lining up with screw. What the fuck's going on? I've got those in. Those are fitted in. Why is he not lining up with screw?
Upside down.
And you know, no. Guess what? I've done?
Oh, Dan, I did not look in the bottom of the box.
Oh, you're an idiot. Guess what I haven't done?
What?
Guess. Guess what I haven't done?
Put it in.
No, put the new faceplate in off the new because it's got different sockets. So it's just like
That's
Jesus.
the most niche.
Nothing but instruction
nerdy.
manuals.
I know, I'm such
Screw
a
you,
dick.
Dan. You're wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. It's
Dude,
just-
there wasn't a
it's-
wire
this case-
in my box. There was just a couple of batteries, so you know. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple of batteries. Maybe because his came with a charging thing.
Oh, so you still haven't got a wire after all of that?
No,
Jesus Christ! What a
Jesus
cheapskate!
it's gonna be okay. I'll get one tomorrow. It's not a.
I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll survive. Anyway, this isn't video games, is it?
Well, we've been talking about a PC shop for the last.
Well, I guess.
Hey, well.
I guess.
Nobody wanted to spend 20 minutes talking about your goddamn computer experience.
Mind you, he's the only leading bloody PC repair shop in Leyland because he's the only one.
No,
Actually,
it's
there
not.
is
only
another
one. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it's
No, there is
not.
another one, but that's got terrible reviews.
All right, Chinny, do you have any stories to tell?
I mean, I do now
Go on, what's your story?
because I'm looking at the lowest reviews of this other shop.
Oh, go on then. Let's hear
Where are
this
you
then.
going? Story time's over, isn't it?
They fix more like.
I'm speaking for the
tablets
listeners here,
and
Duke. I think they
phones
want to
and
hear this.
stuff, though, I think.
Go ahead.
Not very impressed. He punched me in the face.
Wow.
No.
Seriously?
Moving on.
Wow.
That's the Duchess right there at the end.
So, I think you've heard me
Parlons
speak for long
français.
enough. So, what do you two can go?
Yeah, I'll go because I got a few games this week actually.
Aye.
Because on Steam they have a thing going on recently. I guess it's maybe done. I don't know. Called Next Fest. And Next Fest is a chance for developers who have games coming out soon to get their demos into people's hands so they can create some buzz. And you all know me. I am not a big believer in participating in buzz.
Don't believe the hype.
And you are a
But
big
I am
spender.
a believer. I am. That's right. So free demos. Hey, okay. Yeah. I know, Soul Brother. Yeah. Ugh, Russia. Bastards. Anyway. Yeah. So I played a few demos on Next Fest. The first one I will talk about is called Karagon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Karagon is presenting itself as like, these are my words, not theirs, but it is basically Rust plus killer robots.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Do you know what?
carpentry,
Can I just say before
banging
you go on?
rocks.
Can I just say
What?
before you go on? Can I
Yes.
just say something?
I just say, oh, these games are the crafting. Now you ever get sick of it?
I was actually gonna say I'm getting a bit bored with the derivatives of like certain genres of games.
Well,
and
if only there were a way
We've
for you
got
to
a
not
unique-
play them.
it's
Imagine
that's-
that.
it's
No, I
unique
mean, it's
because
funny
we
you say
do
that,
this.
actually. Right. But here's the thing. Yeah, no, I agree with you, actually, because if you look at Next Fest, all the demos are like roguelike, roguelite,
Oh,
card collecting game or deck building game, roguelike card deck building, roguelike. And
with
it's like,
cards,
stop
building
it.
and crafting.
What if I?
Don't
No,
forget the
actually, there's
crafting.
very few games that are building and crafting, to be honest. So
Yeah, that ship
the
has
point
sailed.
is, Yeah, exactly. So whatever. Anyway, I like the look of the robots in this game. And
Why
I
does it
thought
run
was
like
interesting. It
shit
looked
on this
very
video?
polished.
Or is it
Yeah,
running-
what the
Well,
hell
I
is
don't know
that?
why, but this video is just not a great one. So maybe you could find another Karagon video.
I
But
think someone was using my PC to run this game.
We have a laugh, don't we, on this show? Don't we? We have a laugh.
yeah, we do. So it's a weird game because they want to put you right in the middle of everything. So you know that in a lot of games like this, this is giving me a rash. I'm gonna find a better video for you.
He's giving you a rash.
Okay.
It is. So anyway,
What's these red dot laser things? What the hell is that?
well, that's the thing, is that there's these spots all over the map where you're supposed to be doing different parts of the quest and activities and things like that. So whatever. Anyway, here I'm putting another link in.
Put another link in. Let's see something decent.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Because I'll be honest with you, that looks like a piece
Second
of
video.
shit.
Right. Okay. So I put the second video in the thing.
Okay.
Okay. First of all,
Yeah.
you chop trees, get wood, chop rocks, get stone, and then you build a pistol.
What?
Yeah.
You build a stone pistol. I'm not making this up.
A stone
It's not-
pistol.
I know. It's ludicrous. And there's no ammo. Like, you're just firing bullets that are infinite.
Well, that's
from
good. That's a good thing,
your
isn't it?
Stone pistol. It is, but it's weird. And it's, it's one of those things where, like, you kind of want ammo because that's satisfying to craft ammo for your gun. But
No form of
I
crafting
guess
is
not.
satisfying.
the graphics are good. The sound is
I'm
good. I know
warming.
the fluidity on these videos doesn't look great, but it actually did run pretty fine on mine. But and then after I built my stone pistol, I had built a stone sniper rifle, which again, like, what? That makes no sense.
Of course,
what
Yeah.
you're
it,
talking
of
about.
course,
yeah.
why not?
No, they're fine.
Yeah.
That's legit.
The
Honestly,
problem with the idea behind the
Stone
game
makes
is
the perfect lenses, by the way. I
you
didn't know
get
what
these
you knew
early
this.
guns, you go after the small robots, you shoot pieces off of them, you take the pieces that you grabbed, you take them back to your lab, and you make better equipment with them, and you go after bigger robots and all that, right?
Right.
Which is fine as far as it goes. Unfortunately, it's kind of a clunky mess, and
It looks a clunky mess.
yeah, it's a shame because it's an interesting concept, but basically you're just running backwards all the time, and the robots are really hard to take down with your stone gun. But I guess that's the point. I mean, I suppose you're supposed to have that. But, like, they would get caught on the edge of a tree. And so I could just stand there and just...
Nice.
And they would just be running against the tree forever.
Do you know what this reminds me of when I look at it? It's
that?
like the environments don't actually look that bad. Right?
No, they're not. The robots don't look
The
bad.
robots look pretty cool.
Yeah.
But the arm looks like it's been stuck on with a bit of cardboard.
Well,
What's all
probably, yeah,
that
they spent
about?
all their time making the world look nice.
I know, it's
and
just
then
a
they just
weird.
said
It just
arm.
looks so weird.
I'll
It's
have my
just
niece
so
draw a picture
terrible.
of an arm and then use that for the arm.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks. Everything else looks okay, and then it's just
So
this
the
weird
gameplay loop's
arm.
not bad. But
For the
then,
listeners,
here's the
he's not
thing.
wrong. He is not wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So when you're running, it's like
his fingers look deformed. What is?
Yeah,
that?
well, it's in a fist. It's because it's in a fist.
I don't know what it's in.
Anyway, the point is that at some point after you get that first set of gear, and you can't repair your weapons, you have to just keep making new ones, which is annoying as hell.
Oh no!
It reminded me of Breath of the Wild.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Take this. Oh no.
So after you get a few things, you need to upgrade your workbench by getting some sort, and the tutorial is like, get wood, and then you get wood, and it's like, congratulations, you got wood. Now get stone, and you get stone, and then it goes, okay, now go to the blue spot and wait for it to drop, and then kill the robots that are there, and then use the machine. And I'm like, wait a minute, you went from very basic concepts to very sophisticated concepts. So the lights that are dangling from space, there's like yellow lights, blue lights, red lights. You're supposed to go to the blue light first, I guess, because the tutorial
Right.
said so. How are you supposed to figure that out? And then, like, you're just supposed to defeat the robots, and you're supposed to use some machine that's sitting there. And I was like, okay. And I went, and of course, there's robots on the way, so I had to kill some of those. I'm running out of gun, because, you know, the gun is about halfway used up by the time I get to this spot.
That's why you get infinite ammo. You see.
But no, but the gun is breaking down.
That's what I mean. So they go, they compensate by giving you
Yeah,
a
well,
limitless
I'd
ammo.
rather run out of ammo that I could recraft some new ammo when I'm running around, just bash a rock apart, but no. Anyway, so I get to the spot where the blue light is dangling from heaven, and there's these two robots, and of course it's hard because I don't have a great gun, and so I'm trying to shoot them and run in a circle and back off, and I get them both down to about 10% health. I'm like, I'm going to be able to do this, yes! And then they both vanish.
Oh, no.
Along with the machine I'm supposed to be using when I killed them. So I was like, damn it. So I go to another spot with blue light, and I have two guns now. I'm like, all right, I made a stone shotgun. I'm ready for this fight. And I get there, and now I'm ready, and I'm taking them down 10%. Boom, they both vanish along with the machine. I was like, you know what? God damn.
Don't you just hate it when that happens?
I just want to say, f this game. I'm
Oh,
done.
Just a minute, Duke. I don't think you should be so hasty
Why
because
is
trees fall over in this game.
For God's sake. Listeners, at some point, I made a mention of the fact that it's satisfying to chop a tree down and watch it fall over. And ever since then, every game that has trees in it, Stu's like, do they fall over?
Well, I think
Do
we've
they
got to
fall
point this
over?
out.
Do
This
they
is a
fall over?"
detail. This is
The
a
comedy-
detail that you were obsessing about.
One time, I mentioned it one time. To say that means I'm obsessing about it is a bit of a stretch.
Well, I don't know.
You're right. I said it. I said one time that I like it when the trees fall over. Anyway, the point is, Karagon has a good concept behind it, but it's not implemented very well at all. And when I wrote this thing, because they're like all throughout the game, it's like, add us on your wish list, like give us feedback. And so I wrote them some feedback. You know I will. And so I wrote some feedback, and I was like, this and that, and stone sniper rifles.
And your
what
arms
about
look
ammo?
weird.
And then they go, and they said, well, and they answer like each point, like here's why we're doing it this way, here's why we're doing it that way.
Yeah, rather
And
than going,
I'm
oh,
sorry
thanks,
that
we'll take your comments on board or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And then they were like, I'm sorry that it disappeared on you. We extended the life of it for, it's supposed to despawn after a certain amount of time. You just got unlucky. We've extended it and whatever. And I'm like, and they're like, please give it another try. I'm like, hell no, I'm not
Too
giving this
late.
another try. Yeah, exactly. I already uninstalled it, my friend. Moving on.
You are too late.
So, thumbs down on Karagon. I mean, I'm glad I didn't pay for it. It's an interesting idea, but it's not implemented very well right now.
For the listeners, it looks shit. Thank you very
It
much.
does. It does.
It doesn't. It looks good. The
No,
visuals
no.
are good.
It looks good, but it's got the weirdest arm animations I've ever
It
seen.
looks
in
shit
a
to
game.
play. It looks shit
It
to
looks
play.
shit
Well, the
to
gameplay
play.
is not great.
No,
And it's
not.
surprising because when you look at the promo materials, it looks very polished. I thought it looked like on par with Rust.
Well,
And
that's
then
because
I played it, and I'm
graphically
like,
it
oh.
kind of does. Kind of does.
Right.
But
then when you get into the menus and stuff, it's like, whoa, this was made by a couple of middle school students.
do you know what, though? We are very hypercritical of stuff like this. But,
Well,
It's
yeah.
kind of like the point of
Because
the show.
but
It is
whoever's
a
made
point
this
show,
game
and-
will have poured their heart and soul
Never
into
mind
it.
that
well,
shit.
You know?
Look, if I wrote a book and I poured my heart into it and it was not a good book, I would not want people to lie to me about it. Tell me the truth. I can handle it.
I
And
suppose.
the difference between the UI, let's just talk about UI alone. The difference between the UI in this and the UI in most games is that not most games, but the best games, good games, they take the time to polish their UI. These folks clearly just made it with like paint,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
MS
it's just
Paint.
not sophisticated. Like,
It's
it
just weird.
takes
They do
time.
seem to have.
It doesn't
they
take
seem-
money to make a good UI. It just takes time.
They seem to have done certain things really well. Like, for instance,
Yeah,
right, when you hit a rock, little chips appear and stuff, and that's
Jesus
quite cool.
Christ. Okay, we're done with this game. Bye.
No, but I'm saying that
No.
their attention to detail there is great, and then the arms look ridiculous.
No.
Stuart, stop
weird.
whining about minor aesthetic
No,
details.
I'm just saying about the effort.
No,
Forever
hey,
now,
things,
forevermore,
not
whenever
others.
Stu talks about rocks, I'm now going to talk about, the
Ah.
chips fly off of it.
It's like, no, but like the attention to
And the
detail in
chips
some
fly
areas is
off.
good, in other areas it's terrible. You know
I
what mean?
agree. I agree. All right, moving on. Chinny, what do you got?
Yeah, what do you got, Chinny?
Mass Effect 2.
Oh yes, I've got that too. Mass Effect 2 too.
Mass Effect 2.
2.
So, how far are we in, Stu?
Yeah, I'm at the second space station place, wherever that is. I can't remember what it's called now.
The second space station.
There's a second space station where you meet. Is it Tiara? Is it Tiara?
Well, there's the Citadel.
The blue,
I think you
no, the
mean
blue
Liara?
alien. Liara, the
Liara?
blue alien woman,
She's
who's now like an information broker.
she's at a. She's not at a space station. She's at a
Yeah,
planet.
it is. It's like a space station.
It's a planet.
place, isn't it?
It's a planet.
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah,
Can't remember.
because you land
Okay.
and there's a horizon.
Yeah,
and-
you're right.
That's
you're right.
no
But it's-
moon.
But it's like a big area with
It's a big
various.
yeah. She
various
has a little
things.
office. She's a kind of information broker, isn't she?
She is. So I've met up with her, and then I'm off doing missions for her.
So who have
now.
you recruited? Because I think I'm ahead of you.
Yeah, you probably are. But it's weird because you can do it in any order. So we may be on a par, but just don't know because we've done things in different orders.
Yeah.
But I've recruited mostly all of them now. I didn't get Ashley. She's like, fuck you. You work for Cerberus. You can fuck off, basically. So, yeah, she weren't happy. I think it's because as well I'm picking all the renegade options, so I don't think that helped. Because I was just like, yeah, do whatever. You're just going to kill people. Whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, she were happy. Did you get Ashley? Did you recruit her, or who did you save? By the way,
In the first game,
yeah, who did you save?
I saved Ashley. Remember, because
yeah.
I
Is
saved
she
Caden
through?
first, and then I realised that Caden is boring,
Yeah, he is.
and then I saved Ashley because she's got a bit of sauce about her.
Bit of spunk. She's got a bit of spunk.
She's got spunk, that girl.
She's got spunk. Do you know, I said that at work once, and they were. I'm like,
You can't say that at work.
Yeah, right. I said it about one of the residents because I said, "Oh, I like her because she's got a bit of spunk, right?" And one of Kara's went, "You what?"
Yeah, man.
I'm like,
Did you hear Stewie? He says he saw spunk on Claire's shoulder.
She's got a bit of
What's
bouncy,
Claire doing with spunk on her shoulder? I don't know. I don't. You ask Claire. I don't know. She had spunk. Doesn't she work in the kitchen?
Oh, it's got to be careful what you say, haven't you, these days? But yeah, did you get Ashley? Did you recruit her?
In 2?
Yeah. Yeah,
No.
in 2. No, can you do?
No.
Oh, that's all right. It's just because one of my in my squad thing, one's grayed out, like you can't put someone there, and I was like, is that because?
Yeah, well, you know who that is, right?
No, who is that?
The most memorable companion in Mass Effect 2.
Eh?
Duke.
Eh?
Sort him out.
Yes.
Who was the most memorable companion
In Mass Effect 1, you mean?
In 2.
Oh, well, why is it grayed out before I've got him?
Jack?
Yeah,
Nah.
Jack. Yeah, it is.
Who?
Who?
Come on.
Rex?
Nah, he's not even a companion in 2.
You can't even have him.
Well, who? Tell us.
The Krogan?
Legion.
Who the hell's Legion?
Oh, Legion's cool. No, I mean Legion's cool, but Legion's not as cool as like Mortis.
He's cool.
Mortis isn't a character.
Yeah,
in
Mortis
this
is
one,
great.
though.
Yeah.
Third?
Which one's
I think
Mortis?
He's just the third one.
Morden.
Is that not-
He's the one
Morden.
who
Is that-
had to do it himself. Anybody else?
Morden,
would have been
the professor man, the
Morden.
professor one.
Morden.
Yeah, scientist.
Yeah, no,
Morden
so the person that you're talking about, the squad member you're talking about, is a Geth recruit. It's a Geth robot.
Oh,
Legion.
okay.
Yeah.
And the
He's
mission
cool. I mean, I agree.
so you have to get him. He's a what do you call it? It's a non-optional. It's not an optional mission. It's a mandatory
No, it's
mission.
one you have to do.
And he's the key to get into the Mass Effect relay that you can't get into. I think where I'm at, Stu, is
Where are you at?
I've recruited pretty much everyone but that Geth robot.
Right, I've got about 4 left to get.
I've got them all. I've got all the
Yeah, I've
bastards
got
in
about
my ship.
4. And
One's
I've done a couple of
meditating in
options.
there.
I've done a
One's
couple of the
fucking
loyalty missions.
chilling in
I've done a
there.
couple of them.
One's shitting in the toilet over there. They're all in the ship.
Toilet.
I've done a few loyalty missions. I've done Jacob's loyalty mission. I've done.
Yeah.
I've done.
I did the thief one. That was
the
just
thief.
stupid. That's such a stupid mission.
That's funny because. Hold on, which one are you talking about? The one where you dress up?
Yes, where you have to go to the dinner party and
You go to
break
the dinner
in.
party, you break into the safe.
But, right, there's a guard.
That's a DLC mission, by the way. Though.
Yeah, there's a guard guarding his quarters.
Yeah.
So you go up and you go, hey, let me in. And he goes, wait a minute. And you go, it's okay. I've got permission. Just a minute. I'll check with my supervisor. So he radios the supervisor and she's like, no, there's no one got permission. Don't let him in. Don't let him in.
Yeah.
Or whatever. And then 5 seconds later, you go and break into the office, kill a couple of people, and then do some shit. And you go back and you go, hey, let me in again. And he goes, wait a minute. I've already spoken to you already. And like, check again. And it's like, why would he check again in real life? He'd just be like, no. But he does anyway. And he goes, yeah, of course you can come in. Help yourself. Go
That
for
didn't
it.
happen to me.
Did it not?
No, I broke in and people started shooting, so I killed everyone and he came in and I killed him.
Is that seriously true? You killed
Yeah.
everybody in the dinner party?
No. The dinner party was just carrying on, but they came into that room. So on the screen now is my game, by the way, and it's this
Oh, is
mission.
this you playing?
It's this mission as well.
This is the mission.
Yeah. So I only recently did this mission, but this is the thief's mission. The mission that you enjoyed, I remember you talking about it, is Thane, who's the assassin.
Yeah.
His,
Yeah, well, you have to follow people and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
so I did
very
his as
cool.
well. So I've done that. I've done Jacob's, which is about his dad. The ship that his dad was on crashed 10 years ago, and there's a distress signal that has just started, and he's like, he's probably dead, but can we go?
Right.
I think I've done Miranda's mission.
All right, okay.
I think I've done most of them. I've almost done all of them.
Yeah, you're way ahead of
There's
me.
a couple
really,
I
I
haven't
think.
done. There's a couple, but the mission. Have you done the collector's ship?
Yes. Where you're on the planets and they all come down because that's where you meet Ashley, isn't it?
No. There's a.
Oh, is there another one?
So far, what happens with this game is you've got the start, so you get the start out of the way, and then the elusive man, Martin Sheen, says, "Go get some people," right? So you go and get them, and then eventually, as you do X amount of those missions, the game will go, "Bam! Here's a mission you have to do," right?
Yeah,
and
I've got the mission. I haven't done it yet, though.
So at the moment, the mission that you have to do was the one where you land on that planet Horizon and Ashley's there and she's frozen and all that sort of shit.
Yeah, I've done that.
Done that.
Been there.
Then another one is like, bam, we got to collect the ship. You got to go get it. Right? All right.
Right, okay.
Fine. You go to the collector ship. You sort that shit out. Cool. And then there's another one that I'm at now where it leaves you alone for a little bit and it goes, bam, we've found this piece of technology that is the key to get you in that fucking Mass Effect thing that no one returns out of.
God.
So that's the suicide mission, right? But so
Right, so
far,
that's
everybody that goes in
in-game.
doesn't come out and they don't know why, but we can't get in. And if we get this piece of the MacGuffin, then we get in. And then the
We're
MacGuffin, I think, if I remember rightly, is this fucking Geth squad mate. I think he's the MacGuffin.
Is the MacGuffin.
That's my memory, anyway. But I'm not sure. But yeah, I haven't come
Sure,
across
let's go
it.
with that.
Yeah, we'll just go here.
We'll go with that. So yeah, I'm pretty far in. I think
You're pretty far in.
I think there's not a lot to say about it really, other than
I think what I've noticed the most is between this and one is what they seem to do with this is have hub areas where there's then multiple missions to do in one place.
yeah, there's a lot of that. Yeah.
Whereas in one it was like the sort of most of the planets you landed on were just boring.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm bored.
Yeah.
And you just like roll around in the Mako.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the gameplay, wasn't it? It was proper boring.
One good thing that's happened since the last time I spoke about Mass Effect 2 is last time I spoke about it, I complained about the restriction that it had on me on weapons. So the character, the class that I picked was Vanguard. With Vanguard, I could only pick pistols and shotguns, right?
That's correct.
However, if I did the Talia mission early, I would have picked up a submachine gun, which I could have used a lot sooner. So it was a bit of bad luck. But also, when you do the collector's mission, which you're doing next, Stu, it unlocks an extra slot for an extra gun.
Ooh, so
you could either pick
rifle it was.
It was either an assault rifle or a sniper rifle. I was like, but I've already got an SMG. I'll go with a sniper rifle. So now I'm pretty good. And it also, I can't remember when, but you also unlock an extra slot for one of the special Star Wars powers or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so now I'm sort of pretty jacked. You know, I've got this shockwave thing, which is like a big blast along the floor, which is the same thing that Jack does. And I've got a flashbang, but it's absolutely shite.
Yeah, I've got one of them. I don't even know what the point of it is.
They're shite. I've got the pull. I've got one
like
where
they
slam the enemy, so they go blue, and then they go up in the air and they go smash on the floor, which is very good. So the combat has come on quite a bit. It was a little bit rigid before, a little bit more rigid than Mass Effect 1. However, now that I'm sort of halfway into it, the combat has become a lot more diverse, exciting, strategic. I'm swapping this, I'm swapping that, I'm using this, I'm using that. And if I drop my guard a bit, or if I don't use everything that's available to me, I will die. I actually do die quite often in the game. I not all the time, but
Yeah, it's
I am
definitely
dying.
challenging, isn't
Yeah,
it?
there are moments where you go, oh, I got caught off guard there, and it's like
Do you
it's
know
almost
what-
like
what
it's just the right amount of difficulty for it to be like I could have done that if I was just
Yeah,
a
a
little bit
challenge.
sharper. Yeah.
Yeah, what I've noticed the most for me is in this game, definitely compared to one, is the biotic powers, and they just seem more useful and actually have some effect. I felt
Yeah.
like in the first game they were kind of there, but it was almost like a bit of an afterthought. Whereas in this game, you know, controlling your squad mates' powers and stuff like that seems to make a difference sometimes in the bigger battles.
Seems to,
So so I definitely think that. Can we just say we've got Kalurian Gaming in the chat, first time chatter.
Oh yeah, what's
So
happening?
there you go. Hello there.
That's from
Good to have you in the
Roro.
chat.
What's up?
Yeah.
I reckon sometimes
what's
people
up,
comment in
Kulu?
the chat to see if we're actually live.
Yeah. Just to double check, it's not a
Just to double
recording.
check.
Nah, she's training to be a teacher, yo. Chemistry,
Double
what?
check. Double check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Kalurian
listening. Thanks for
Gaming. So
joining
there you go.
us.
Thanks for joining us. Lurking.
Yeah.
He says. Or she. He or
She.
she. Is it
She.
she? She says.
Yes.
Lurking.
She.
So yeah, Mass Effect 2. Again, I know we bang on about this every week. If you've not played any of these games, just get them on, man. They're free on Game Pass. Just get them played. They're
Stop
just
trying-
so good.
every time Stu finishes talking about a game, have you noticed this, Duke? He closes it off with a little advert of like, well, if you haven't played it,
Well, yeah, if you haven't played it, play it.
Play it, man.
I'm
No excuse.
gonna ban that.
I think all the
line.
positive things you've been saying about it for 4 weeks indicate
Not
that, yes,
necessarily.
play it.
Not necessarily.
I think you know it is an improvement. I suppose we've got 12 years or 10 years or whatever, haven't we, of experience and nostalgia sort of and memory loss of what the actual original ones, and playing them so close. Mass Effect 2, the massive difference between 2 and 1 is 2 is just massive. It is huge.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Compared to 1. 1 felt big. 1 felt like a big game. 2 is huge. And then I was thinking about, well, Andromeda, which I recently played, was one of my complaints was it's almost too big. But the problem with Andromeda was it was 3 or 4 open worlds.
Yeah.
Whereas Mass Effect 2 isn't open world at all. It's branch missions. It's a
still
bunch of
very
missions that you
focused,
pick
isn't it?
on a tree branch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and you can go anywhere you want, and eventually you can do as many as you like. And if you do them all, you get rewarded of like staying alive, basically.
And you do so many, it'll trigger the next story part
Yeah.
of the game for you.
So that's the problem with Andromeda is the pacing is off because you're left with these massive open worlds and driving around. There's no car in this one. There is a DLC that features the Hammerhead car, which is an improvement on the Mako. So that is a DLC mission, which is probably in your mission log, Stu.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Sure it is.
But there's no driving in it. I completely forgot that they absolutely got rid of it. And
Well,
I can't
everybody hated the
I can't
Mako
remember
so
if they
much.
brought it back for 3. I'm really excited for 3 because 3 is the one that I
can't
remember
remember.
the least.
Can I ask a question regarding 3? You know, and the new.
You can. I don't
updated
know if I'll be able to
versions.
answer it.
Is it the original ending or did they put the newer
well,
ending?
about 2 weeks or 3 weeks later after the third one came out, they redid the ending, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
And I think the main problem with the ending that it had a lot of like, how did they get out of that situation? What happened to this person? Where did they go? And they added extra cutscenes to sort that out. And to answer your question, I think they've included the
yeah,
ending
because
that
I never
everybody...
played the renewed. I only ever played the original
No,
ending, and I was fine with it.
They put in the
was like,
renewed
"Ugh."
ending. Yeah. By the
So
time
it'll be
I played
interesting.
it, I think it was the renewed ending. Yeah.
Right. Okay, well that'll be cool because we will get to that. We're doing
But 3,
quite well. I
all
must
I remember
admit.
about 3 is that it starts on Earth.
Yeah.
And there's something about a little boy at the start of the game, which I
Yeah,
don't
there is,
remember.
and is there some sort of shooting star or something weird? From what I
Ends at a
remember?
different Earth.
And
Yeah, it does.
I remember how it ended, where Shepard has got to jump into a thing, basically. And you've literally got to pick, like...
Well, you're given 3 choices, aren't you?
like
From what I can
neutral,
remember?
good,
He's
or,
got a heartbreaking
like,
decision to make
cybernetic
about
or
whether his
human.
best friend lives
Or
dies.
Yeah. It's a little bit controversial, the ending of 3, but I am curious to see like what are the missions like in 3. I remember there was a kind of horde mode in 3 which won't be in this version because I think they scrapped all that.
Yeah, I played a bit of that,
and that was all right.
multiplayer
I remember
stuff.
that was
pretty
okay.
good,
Yeah.
I was surprised because I don't remember BioWare ever having a multiplayer worth a damn, and it was fun.
Yeah. So Mass Effect 2, ladies and gentlemen, this is me playing it on the screen now. I'm enjoying it, and it's still
trying to finish it together, but Chinny's
if you haven't played
so
it,
far ahead.
give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Well, this time next week, Stu, where are we going to be?
I don't know.
Are we going to aim to finish this?
I'm going to try, but I've got a problem. I've got a bit of an issue because Elden Ring came out this week.
Oh dear.
And obviously now my PC's fixed.
Oh dear.
I can play that game.
You've got to commit though, haven't you? To the
I've got to commit now, but I'm committing to the
you can't commit to a new commitment.
I might do.
Sure you can.
And from what I've heard, Stu, and I'm sure you're going to talk about Elden Ring. Basically, Elden Ring is Dark Souls 4 in disguise.
It kind of is. It kind of is. You've not got bonfires though. You've got these things and the shiny, and you go up to them instead, and you rest at them, and it's pretty much the same thing. And
I was listening to a podcast today.
Or you have cards or something. I don't know.
I was listening to a podcast today, Stu, and they were talking about Elden Ring like it was the fucking second coming of Christ.
Yeah, I bet they were.
Oh my God, this game that we've all been waiting for. We know you listeners are just so excited to hear. We're not going to spoil it. I'm like, fuck this.
Everyone's just losing the shit over it, aren't they?
I think it's just because we're in this vacuum of like there aren't these big games coming out, and like they haven't released a massive game for a while. What was there?
So here, I'll tell you how it went.
Sekiro was their last one. Sekiro, I think their last one was.
No. Was it called something
Sekiro,
like that?
Wasn't it?
Shadows Die Twice or something like that. I don't know. So here's the thing. So I started the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good start.
And I know it is. And you go through, you start off in this like dungeon place, so you start making your way through that, and there's no enemies to begin with, which is great. You have to choose a character and everything.
We're talking about Elden Ring, ladies and gentlemen. Elden
I was
Ring.
looking, and I probably made a mistake because I chose a character that looked cool.
Yeah.
Which was like a samurai. I was going to mistake. I'm going with a samurai, but he's got a bow and arrow, and I don't particularly like ranged attacks, so I don't know.
Well, it depends on if the ranged attacks are any good.
They're pretty good.
Decent? Okay.
They're pretty good, and you get fire arrows, and you get sort of normal arrows.
Fire arrows.
You get fire arrows. So this is how it went. So I came out of the dungeon.
It's a very pretty game, isn't it?
Oh, it's very pretty. So I came out of the Shadows Die Twice. There you go.
We were both right. You forget to read out the bit where we were both right on that comment.
We were both right.
Adamski asked if any of us have completed any of the Dark Souls games. I don't think we have.
Nope.
I've always had it in the back of my mind to try them, but I haven't done.
I've tried them. I just don't have fun because they're too hard, and I don't.
Go on, Stu. Go on.
So it comes out of the dungeon, and you end up in this open area, and there's obviously messages all over the fucking place going, "Woohoo, Elden Ring" or whatever, and there's bloodstains everywhere, right? So I'm like, wow, there's a lot of bloodstains.
So these, to be clear, these messages are from other people playing it.
Other people playing the game, and
the bloodstains are people that have died. I assume
died in that particular spot in the game.
Correct. Okay.
Right.
So I was like, all right, okay. The next thing, right? This fucking giant spider thing with tons of arms comes flying out from nowhere, with about 15 swords.
Yeah. I guess spoilers for people that don't want to know what happens.
Yeah, whatever. And killed me instantly.
Right? Well, yeah, isn't that the point of these games?
That's the point.
Because you kept on going, yeah, but this one is going to be more approachable, Mike. This one's going to be the one.
He said he heard that it's more approachable.
Wait.
And that's why it's good to pre-order.
Wait. So, anyway, I comes out of the dungeon, and then you end up back where you started, and you start again, and you go up these steps, and there's a dude sat in a chair, and he says some weird philosopher like bullshit, and goes, like, if you plunge down here, you'll something or something. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So I ignored him because obviously Dark Souls games, like, you don't take advice off people in the games because you're going to die. So I went straight out into the world.
I think you're going to die no matter what you do in most Dark Souls games.
So I go straight out into the world, and it's pretty. When you come out of that dungeon, it's like, wow, this looks cool. It's called Lime Grove. And then
It just sounds
there's
like
this-
something out of Grange Hill.
Yeah, it does. And then there's some tree sentinel, like at the bottom of the first glade. Like it's literally as you come out of this.
You're not selling
Tree
this
sentinel.
game, by the way, because you're literally describing
it's-
a brisk walk.
No, it sounds
And
great.
there's a dude sat on a horse with a huge, massive weapon. So I'm like, brilliant, this is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
What
everyone
pornos are
says
you
this
watching your
guy's-
own time, Stu? Is your own business?
Everyone says this guy's going to be hard, so I'm just going to go and fight him. Why not? So,
Why not?
so I go up to him, and he spots me, and then he comes flying towards me, hits me once, and I'm dead.
Yeah. Again, and I said this about when people ask me, I'm so surprised that Russia invaded Ukraine. I'm like, why are you surprised that this game is hard?
So
I'm
that
not
happened.
surprised.
So that happened, right?
I don't know that he's saying he's surprised necessarily.
No, I'm not
Go
surprised.
ahead, Stu.
He sounds
So
surprised.
So that happened. So
Let
I'm
him
like,
talk. Go ahead. Yes.
I'm going to not go near this character again.
Yes.
So so anyway, Adam, Millie's boyfriend, says, "Did you do the tutorial at the beginning?" I'm like, "What tutorial?"
Wow.
Well, there's some dude in a chair and he tells you to plunge down.
Ah,
somewhere. I'm like-
you didn't believe the
and
dude
I'm
you
like,
should have believed, I guess.
So I went back and did that, and obviously it teaches you how to play, which I
Yes.
knew most of anyway. To be fair,
Right, you didn't need
Because
no
you're
tutorial.
because you're a veteran
I'm-
gamer,
I have-
Stu.
He's a
Well, I have-
pro,
I have
man. He
played a
played
Souls
Demon's
game
Souls
before.
back in
I've
the day
played
before it
these.
was
You
cool.
were playing these games
Before it was
before they
English
were
translated.
cool.
He watches anime with the subtitles off.
I watch anime with
Exactly.
the sound off
Yeah.
and the
I watch
subtitles.
anime with the video off.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went
anyway.
to the tutorial section,
Yes.
and it's not that bad actually. And there's a boss fight at the end of it. So I did, and I slapped him. I didn't actually die fighting the first
Hey.
boss. So I was
Well,
like,
alright.
that's pretty good. So I killed him,
Uh-huh.
and then he got some XP and shit. And then I came back out of the dungeon, and
Yes.
went back out into the world.
Yes.
This game, it's exactly the same as Dark Souls, really.
Yeah.
So,
Yes,
except it's
as
just on a
everyone
massive
knew.
scale. So
Right.
as soon as you rest at one of the whatever they're called, right, the bonfire
Campfires.
things, but they're not a bonfire; it's a shiny light thing.
Campfire.
Crackdead.
As soon as you rest at one of those,
Meth tent.
everything in the whole world respawns again.
Lovely.
Like everything. So whatever you spent however long killing just comes back again.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
But there's a big difference.
right. Yeah, there is.
She's got a new hat.
Yeah, the difference is she's got a new hat.
The difference is the
is
scale of
that
the
George
world.
R.R. Martin wrote
Yeah,
tons
he
of
wrote 2 lines of
stories.
dialogue
So
in
I'm
this-
guessing,
I was just
Stu,
about to say,
that the story in this game is so much better than the other Dark Souls.
Yeah,
Not
and
a
here's
clue.
the story. You ready? Here's the story. The people you love die. What if we did that for the story? Oh, he's a genius.
It's a genius.
Kill off all
Um,
the characters.
So anyway, so I went out into the world and I sort of came across some what looked like zombies and I killed them. I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. Managed to kill something. And then there's these like what look like knights patrolling this woodland area and I killed them. I'm like, that's cool. And then I
Okay.
found the entrance to a cave. I was like, oh, cave, this is
Yes.
cool. And there's like one of these light
Wow,
things so you
cave.
can, I know, so you can activate it when you get there so you don't have to, sort of respawn miles away from it. So that's pretty good. So I head down into the cave and then
Yes.
there's like a shiny light at the bottom. You know where there's something to loot in this crypt.
Okay.
And I was like, brilliant. I'm going to go and get it. So I sort of walked through the entranceway into the crypt and then what looked like a little imp flew out at 90 miles an hour, stabbed me twice and killed me.
Yeah.
For God's sake. Well, where did that even come from?
Did they not teach you how to dodge in the tutorial?
Didn't teach you how to die. No, honestly, there was no way you wouldn't. You didn't
Yeah,
even
no
know
way
was
you
there.
could do it.
It flew out at 90 miles. So
Adamski
obviously-
just asked if any of us have played Lost Ark. I told him that I just uninstalled it because some people in ROH are playing Guild Wars 2, and I've always loved Guild Wars 2, so I'm going to try to play that with them once I become a full member. I'm only a trial member right now. Go on.
Trial. Yeah, so I came back down. There were 2 of them, by the way. I didn't even realize the first time because I died that quickly.
Oh, man. 2 imps.
I know. So yeah, I went back down and I'm like, right, this is it. So I dodged, parried, stabbed, shot, and I killed them. I killed
Yeah.
both of them.
Yay!
I'm like, yay, killed both of them. So I collected the loot, whatever that was. And then
Yes.
I goes down into the next part. So you go on another set of steps into the next part of this dungeon.
Yes.
and another one comes flying up the stairs at me. So I killed
Dude.
that one because I knew. I'm like, I'm right, I can kill this thing. So I killed that one, and then an invisible one appeared. And
jeez.
started just stabbing me, and I didn't even know where it was, and then I died.
Oh, jeez.
This is a tree sentinel on screen, by the way. This is the thing I'm talking about as you come out of the first dungeon. He's just ridiculous.
He's whacking at you with a big
very.
axe.
This is the first time I've seen any of this, and I am a sucker for good animation. I love fluid animation, and I'm very impressed by the animation.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
mean
the
this
visuals look
game
great.
is polished within an inch of its life. I mean, it looks incredible.
It does look great, yeah.
It does. As you're walking through the world, you just look at it.
I suppose I've always been intrigued by Dark Souls and things like that.
Yeah.
But and I know the thing is, it's like
you can try it for free though.
I
Ginny,
know,
it's
but the
seamless.
thing
you
is,
don't even have to pay for it.
Stu, I know what my personality's like. Right? I know that if I start something, I have to finish it, right?
Yeah.
And I know I've turned a new leaf, but it's all just bollocks, right? Because I think I'll like Dark Souls. That's the problem. The problem is,
But see,
I
that's the
think
thing.
you'd like
you
this.
shouldn't avoid a game you might like
No,
just
I think you'd
because
like it.
you have this commitment to finishing games. That's a
You
bad
got
way to approach
reflexes.
things
You're not
like
that bad.
Because you have but look, you have the right to say I don't need to finish everything that I start.
so for example, in the chat,
You're an
Adamski
adult.
just said, "It will drive you nuts. Don't play it, Chinny."
Yeah.
So I know the mountain that I have to climb, and I'm not willing to step out the tent. You know, I'm just like, fuck this. I want to stay in the tent. So
I'll be honest.
I'm intimidated by it.
It does draw you in though, because there are enemies that aren't that difficult to kill.
Well, that's how they get you.
Yeah, it gives you a false sense of security. Like, for instance, there's this gatekeeping, like where you get your horse from. There's this like gate thing, like guards in this sort of little fort outside. So I spent probably the best part of 30 minutes, 20 minutes, slowly stealthing around, taking them all out, because you can do like critical hits if you get behind someone, sneak up and then stab them. So I got all these and I was doing really well, and I killed nearly all of them. Right, taking them all out silently, got rid of them all. And there was just one dude left, who's obviously the hardest one, and he's got this huge long shield, and just looks bloody rock, right? So I'm like, I'm just gonna go for it. And instead of, I was in the midst of fighting him and managed to roll into him as opposed to away from him. And the next thing I know, he's swinging this massive longsword on me, and I'm just like 2 hits, and I'm just gone dead. Respawn, they're all back again. So I'd spent the best part of 30 minutes getting rid of everybody apart from this one dude, and they're all back. I mean, all of them. Plus, I've now got to go back and try and collect all the stuff I've lost, as in Dark Souls, get back to where you died. So I'm like, fuck this. So I just sprinted in, press Y, and just sprinted out with it. And it was like the Benny Hill thing with about 12 of these soldiers running after me. So I legged it to the whatever it is, the grace thing, whatever it is. So I legged it there, and I leveled up. So I've leveled up, so I might be a little bit harder now than I was previously.
Yeah,
so I'm doing all right. So we'll see.
So you haven't quit in frustration. How
Not
many
yet.
hours have you put in?
Probably about 3. Probably about 3.5 hours.
Okay.
But the good thing about this compared to other Dark Souls games,
You got little
right,
doggies helping you here.
Yeah, this guy's got some sort of magic stuff
that's
going
nice.
on. Yeah, you see, you're getting. I can see that you're looking at this thinking.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'm not a twat, so I'll carry on playing Mass Effect. Thank you.
Don't worry, I'll carry on playing that as well.
He's not going to suddenly change his mind because of one
This is
mechanic
only a
that he
game
didn't know
you
existed.
can play in short bursts.
But notice though, Stu hasn't changed either, right?
No, I haven't.
Stu's
It's
like,
true.
I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna complete
Look,
games.
I did all of
I'm gonna
Mass Effect 1. I did pretty good.
And look at him now trying to worm his way out of it. Yeah, we're gonna play the Mass
Don't worry,
Effect
I'll do it.
trilogy.
I'll
We're gonna
do
do it, Mike. Yeah, we're gonna. It's gonna be great content for the show. You're so great, Mike. How can I be more like you? And
I don't remember him saying that, but you wouldn't make
you
it
read
up.
between the
I
lines.
thought it though. I thought
guess
it.
Yeah, and look at him now. Something shiny has fucking drove past, and he's gone. Wow, what was that? And he's
But-
trying to
Yeah,
fucking
you know
drag me
that's who
along
he
to
is.
look at the
To be
fucking
fair,
shiny
Hey,
thing.
you can't be mad as the frog, Chinny, because you gave a scorpion a little hitchhiking ride.
Yeah, exactly. But here's the thing.
Yeah, but
right?
it's the fox
This
said
is the
to the badger,
first-
"Fuck you."
This is the first new game I've actually purchased for a long time.
What do you want? A fucking new purchase medal? Like,
Yeah, I do.
I don't know which. Are you the scorpion? I don't know.
I've been
I'm
pretty
very
good.
confused
I've
right
been
now.
fucking good.
Why did you press that sound? I don't know. What...
I don't know.
That's
But
the award
here's-
noise for
it's the
Stu
award.
being
All right.
buying a new game.
Buying it again. But here's the thing, right? This is where this differs from most Souls games.
Yes. Well,
Right,
how is it
these-
It's
different?
very
Open
strange
world.
What, Eric?
Well, it's open world, but the other
Like,
thing
as
it
a sound
does
effect.
is the other thing it does. These grace things, whatever, bonfires, whatever, are all next to the bosses, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that if
So-
you die when you fight a boss, then you just
You can go straight
back
back
in
there
there.
again.
What
and
year
have
did
another
Demon Souls come out?
go. Deep.
72.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Was it
Demon Souls.
2008, 2009,
8,
something like that?
7, 8, yeah,
I'd
somewhere
a guess.
around there.
I'd a guess. I don't know.
I'd guess
So
it's around
it's
there.
taken them what, 13 years to work this shit out?
Well, it's not. I mean, this
And
is
we
still
should
a
be
challenge.
we should be happy that they've took 13 years to work this shit out.
But you
Stu.
can still
2009.
you
2009.
can have another go almost instantly.
So you're going. The good thing about this game is they actually want you to keep playing it and not be shat on when you
Off
die.
because you've got to go through about 15 million enemies to get back to the boss fight again.
So you're saying that's a good thing about this game when they should have done
Yeah.
it fucking 13 years ago.
because you can literally get straight back in and have another go.
Yeah, but I know the benefit
I
of
know.
it, Stu. What
I
I'm
know.
saying is they should have done this fucking 13 years ago.
This is fucking 13 years ago.
And you're like, what a brilliant game. It's like
Oh,
it's
so
like me
good.
saying they've added mid checkpoints in GTA, and you're like, so
Yeah.
they should have done that anyway.
Well, this does feel like the culmination of all those other games coming together as like what they've been aiming for. Really,
do you think this will be down as one of the greatest games they've made?
Yes, it's currently sat on 97
Because
on
they are
Metacritic.
pretty solid as a developer, aren't they? They
Oh,
I mean,
definitely.
I don't play their games, but like I know a lot of people love Bloodborne. I know a lot of people love Dark Souls 1 and 3. I think 2 was probably the weakest of the 3. This sounds like it's great. Sekiro sounds like it was great. A lot of people pick Sekiro as their favorite. So as a developer, they've had a good run. I feel like they don't really miss very often.
Yeah.
A lot of
No.
people love them.
I
They
mean,
make a lot of money.
all the games are universally loved by the people who like these crazy games.
Two wasn't made by From Software, I'm being told by Adamski. So thank you very much.
Really? I never knew that. Demon Souls, by the way, was 2009.
Are you sure that's not Dark Souls?
Shouted that.
No. Demon Souls.
that
I've
was
got
Demon
it
Souls.
right here.
No.
Yeah.
Duke said that already.
All right.
But
2009.
Adamski said Dark Souls 1 is 2012.
Yeah, that's probably about right. That's probably about right. But yeah, I think I'm going to just persevere. I'm going to try and actually get through this some way or another.
I gotta get through this.
I'm going to get through this.
Well,
I'm just
when you
gonna-
finish-
When we see it in the next weeks to come.
I tell you what,
And
Stu,
weeks, months, years.
Stu,
Yeah.
just I'm going to New York next on the 9th, right? So
Yeah.
just plow through Mass Effect 2
Oh, no,
for,
I'm going to do that.
for next
don't
week's
worry.
show, and
I
then
will.
I'm away. And then you can play
Okay.
this game for a week, and then you get bored of it eventually, and then we'll play 3 when I come
Then
back.
I'll go, oh, I'm so shit at this game.
Yeah.
Yes, I will do.
I look forward
will.
to you never finishing this game.
I'm never going to finish this game. I just feel like the biggest thing that it's just everyone respawning. Why can't they just be dead? You know what I mean?
But that's, I mean, Star Wars: The Fallen Jedi based its whole game on Dark Souls.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it
Um,
wasn't quite as.
I mean, it
difficult
wasn't
as-
as difficult, no, but
Did it
the-
respawn enemies as soon as you
yes,
come back?
it had campsites as well.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
And it, like it's obviously just something that people like. I don't like it either. I think I like an area to be clear when I've cleared it, but in fairness, that's not how the world works all the time. Sometimes and people come back. But like if you just because you empty an area doesn't mean it's going to be empty forever, does it? So I kind of get it, and it keeps the combat, and it also shows the player how much they've improved. I'm guessing, Stu, is that right?
Yeah, and also it's always what's quite cool about these games, though, everything does the same thing every time. So it's you learn the patterns of what everything's doing.
They're sort of they're tells.
Yeah, they do the same stuff.
So
and they spawn in the same
I'll ask you this
places.
question. I'll also ask Adamski, who's our the VG
Obviously
Hub's
our resident
official From
one.
Software, what do you call it, representative. If I was to play my first From Software game, which one would it be? Would it be Elden Ring, or whatever the fuck Stu's googling right now? So, which one would you say, Stu? Which would you recommend I play? Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, Sekiro? Don't play them all. Just bin it and set your dick on fire.
You know what I think you'd quite like? I think you'd like Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, eh?
Yeah, and the only reason I say that is because you like the Sherlock Holmes stuff.
Yeah.
And it's nothing like that, but the setting is all like Victorian England type stuff.
Right. Yeah.
And I think you'd like the setting of that game.
Hmm.
So that's what I would go with.
Adamski says Dark Souls. He says just go with Dark Souls.
These are those little imp things, by the way, that killed me instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so quick.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah, that's why I think. By the way, that's why I think you'd like Bloodborne, because it's more action based.
Yeah, Adamski's just said that it's more action based.
Yeah.
Bloodborne is. I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, I could just try this and be like,
you could. It's for free. It's on my. You've got it.
you know, and just
could
go
just
right. I'm
play
going to
it.
play this and fuck all of you.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if I could get it, because I haven't played any of them, as an experiment.
Yeah. See how you got on. You mean?
And be like, right, what's this one like? To a complete noob. I don't know what I'm going to do. But
what are you going to do?
I'll tell you what I am going to do, Stu.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to finish Mass Effect 3 before I start this shit.
Yeah, I'm going to get on it. I promise.
Because by next week, I think I'll finish Mass Effect 2.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're obviously. I think you're close to the end by what you've said.
I think I'm probably about 10 hours away.
Right.
So, get on it.
Get on it. Don't worry, I will finish too. I promise.
I'm not your teacher giving you homework,
I know. Don't worry.
All right, so we're ready to move on then.
Yes, I think we are. So it's back over to you, Duke.
Yeah. So there was another demo that I played called Tree of Life Odria. And this is a crafting game. It's
Really?
Valkymian. It's got some same. You wash up on this beach. There's some ship you fell out of or something, and basic loop. It's very cute. It's very fun. There's a pretty clear progression, but with a twist, because when you create a thing, then you end up with more options for making stuff in your workbench. In other words, at one point you can make this you make a workbench and and then you can build 10 things. But then one of the things you can build is this millstone, right? And you attach it to your crafting table, you put it near your workbench, and then suddenly you can make a lot more stuff on your workbench. You make a handle and you can make a bunch more tools. You make planks and then you can build house stuff. So it's all dependent on the thing you built last, or the first thing the thing you created last unlocks things for you to build in the future. I thought it was a single player game. I mean, it is a single player game, but all these bozos started showing up on my island, and I'm like, who are y'all?
no.
Fuck off. So there are all these people showing up, and they were mostly helpful. They were stockpiling supplies and putting wood and stone nearby and all this. And I'm like, that's fine, but I want to play alone. Go away. Turns out you have to go into the settings and mark it as
private or whatever.
Well, you can't say private, but you can say require password. So I put up a simple password, and then it was. And I thought at first maybe it was people on my friends list who only, maybe it's friends only by default. Nope, it's anybody by default. And so all these yahoos came in. It had a pretty satisfying progression for a while, because I got, you get a branch and then you hit monsters with that. And, you know, on the first night, there's these skeletons around, but the campfire, when you build the campfire, it says under its little description, like, it will keep the monsters away. And I was like, okay, I'm going to stick by my campfire on the first night, and that was a good thing for me to do. So, you know, you get better weapons. Eventually, I made a sword, and then I killed a boar with the sword, and that gave me leather, which I then used to make some armor. And it was nice to have the kind of, you know, the feedback of the process, getting stuff, better stuff, attacking things, a lot like Valheim. And there's this whole story about this tree that wants you to, you know, revitalize the island, whatever. The tree of life, I assume. And at one point, it sends me to this spot on the map. It's just like, go here. And it's like, okay. So eventually, I had a decent sword, a decent shield, decent armor. I'm like, I'm ready for whatever it is over here. And I went over there, and there are these spiders. And like, this isn't the thing on the way to the special spot. I encountered these spiders who killed me in like 2 hits.
Oh no, it's Dark Souls.
It is
It's
Dark
Elden Ring.
Souls. Yeah. So I was like, damn. So I went back, got my stuff, eventually killed the spiders by hitting and running. Because there aren't, you know, in Dark Souls, for all the problems with getting killed easily, you have things you can do to dodge and to block and to parry and all the rest of it. Not in this game, you don't. You have attack and you have run away. So, yeah, I didn't realize you could stack logs like that.
Wow, look at this. He's got like a rucksack.
I know, right?
With
That's
logs
crazy.
on.
I didn't even know you could do that. I thought you could only have one at a time.
So
Can I
for
just say-
the audio listeners, this sort of looks like Minecraft meets Fortnite sort of visually.
I was
Yeah.
thinking more Minecraft meets Leisure Suit Larry.
It's pretty ridiculous.
It
There's this
does
dude
look
just
like it.
stacking logs on top of logs
Wow,
on top of
good
logs.
God
Like seven
almighty.
logs.
It looks like the sequel
know,
to Death Stranding.
Yeah, exactly.
What's it?
He's
In
got
a
him on his little
fortnight.
pack on his
Wow,
back. It's
that,
ridiculous.
those log stacks nearly as tall as the trees around him.
It's crazy.
He's
Absolutely
doing another one.
crazy.
Look, get another one.
I thought you could only do one at a time.
Mind you, he does say the bag is heavy, so he is saying like, "Wow,
Yeah.
this is heavy."
It looks heavy.
So
does look heavy.
anyway, finally got to the spot where I was supposed to go to, the special place, and there's this enormous monster living in a cave, and I was like, okay, and it puts the health bar on the screen, and I'm like, uh-oh. So I took a couple of whacks at it, and he just went, ugh, and like killed me instantly, and I was like, God damn it. So my guess is that A, I need better gear, but B, I think I probably need other people with me too, because I don't know if it's possible to kill the bosses in Valheim alone, but probably not. And if it is possible, it would probably take forever, and you need the best stuff. So I don't know. I think this game is not designed to be played single person, but I'm a single person. So,
To be fair, though, that's similar to Elden Ring, because obviously a lot of people are saying it's better when you're playing co-op with people,
well,
you
I'm
know.
sure it is.
So yeah, if you've got it on PC, people, shout me up because I need some help because I'm shit at this
He
game.
always comes back around to him, doesn't he? Have you
Well, I'm
noticed?
just saying, but it just reminded me. I'm like, maybe I need someone to help me.
I thought
You
it was
know?
me, but no, it's not me. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So help Stu with
Help
Elden
Stu
Ring.
and help.
And
Duke
now
with
back to
Leisure
Tree
Suit
of Life
Larry.
Odria.
Are
Yeah,
you naked too? By the way, you naked?
No, you start off with boxer drawers with hearts on them. So you're not naked. You have some boxers on.
No, but I mean, are you still like this, or have you got armor or clothing?
Oh, no.
or
I
something?
got armor. I got clothing. I got a hat. I got everything. I'm all kitted out.
I mean, it looks pretty polished.
It is polished in some ways. It's just that the gameplay felt real punishing, and I just kind of wasn't into that. So, and the other thing is like, okay, there's little problems with the way that the game implements certain things. They've been working on it for like 2 years, I think. But when you go to cook something, you just sort of drop it on the fire. Yeah. And that's fine as far as it goes, but here's the problem. It's hard to get close enough to the fire in order to put the meat on the fire to cook it without also catching on fire.
Excellent.
So
Yeah.
I kept catching on fire, and I'm like, this sucks. Because why do you want meat? So you can restore some health you lost when you were fighting those spiders. Well, if I'm getting too close to the fire so that I get burned, it's not helping me heal up, is it? So it's just it's a bunch of stuff like that I was just like, I want to like this game. I had some fun with it, but it wasn't doing it for me.
Oh no.
Because I kind of felt like, Valheim is a lot deeper than this. And it's not as, the archery in neither this game nor Valheim has good archery. But I don't know. I remember not being frustrated with Valheim the way I was frustrated by this game. Even though this game is cute and cartoony and a lot of things in it are great.
It is cute.
Yeah, it's just I don't feel like the systems are implemented very well. So it's not for me, but it might be for other people. So it can't hurt to give a try to Tree of Life Odria. For me, it's a pass.
Okay.
A shame. That's a shame.
Okay.
It's a shame.
Yep.
It's a shame.
It's a shame.
Yeah, Chinny, back over to you.
I've got nothing else.
You got nothing?
I'm a man of commitments.
You're a man of commitments.
So I committed to Mass Effect 2, is what I'm saying.
Mass Effect 2. Well, I've got
a
couple of other games to talk about. One was a new one to Game Pass this week, or in the last week or so, which is, and I'll say it how it sounds when this game boots up. Taiko No Tatsujin! That's pretty much how it sounds.
You're saying that's what the person says in the game?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it sounds.
That's a racist version of what the person
I'm just telling you what it says. That's how it sounds. Anyway, so this is basically the drumming game, Chinny. You know that we played at Arcade Club?
Yeah.
So this is I don't know. I don't even know how you pronounce it. It's Taiko No Tatsujin or something like that. Anyway. So basically, you've got to drum along to popular songs. Some of them are popular, some of them you've never heard of. And it's got a lot of tunes. It's got a lot of tunes.
So give us an example of one of the songs that's on it that we would know.
Holst Jupiter.
One of the ones that we would know.
You know, Holst, Last Christmas. By
one of the ones that we would know.
Last Christmas,
Last
I
Christmas
gave you
by
my
I don't know Last Christmas. I'm sorry.
And the very next day, anyway.
Hey Stu, who else was in Wham?
Andrew Ridgeley.
And what was the other guy's name? The more popular.
There wasn't. George Michael.
Oh, did he have any songs, George?
He did. You gotta have faith, baby.
Yeah, I want your sex.
Yeah. Outside. There you go. He did that as well. So yeah, and you've just got to drum along, and I particularly like the classical selection in there. So I'm like, it's pretty good. I can drum along to these. But yeah, they've just got some weird like Last Christmas is such a weird choice in the pop songs section.
Why not?
I don't know. And then they have like loads of anime stuff. So there's loads from like all different animes.
Now, the person on the screen here is playing it with like a special drum instrument.
Oh yeah,
you can. Is that how you're playing?
No, I've got to play with buttons on the
okay
on the touchpad.
Okay.
You know,
so you're not getting the full experience.
No, and to be honest, I have played with a drum, and it is way more fun. You know, because obviously we played the full arcade version, which has this, and it's a huge drum, isn't it, Chinny? They're enormous.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun.
That's one big.
So
drum.
it doesn't feel quite as fun when you just pressing buttons and triggers.
Well, I'm sure it doesn't. Yeah.
On the gamepad to do this, and it's not as easy because you've got to be really fast. You know, especially when you start putting on the harder difficulty settings.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I just wish that there was a drum peripheral for the Xbox, but then I wouldn't want to spend 60 quid on a Zen drum. You know what I'm saying?
Blame you.
So it's a bit of a funny one, really. But it's a cool game. It's so Japanese. I mean, it couldn't be more Japanese. You know, this is like the nearest thing to karaoke, you know, but with a drum kit. That's basically what this is. So, yeah, it's very Japanese. So, but it's cool. I mean, the dude on screen is really good at it. And, you know, you can tell he knows what he's doing. So, yeah, I'm all right at it. But I just like the tunes, and it's just funny to play along to classical music.
Yeah.
So there you go. So give it a go. Don't know what else to say about it. Right, Duke, back to you.
Yeah, there is a game that came out on sale this week. It's an action RPG called Chronicon, and I think it's been out for a little bit, but it was on sale this week. And I had some money burning a hole in my Steam wallet since I refunded. I don't remember what I refunded recently, but I had bought something and then refunded it. And yeah, so I've been playing. Astroneer is what I refunded. That's what it was. Yeah, so I've been playing Chronicon, and it's a good game. It doesn't look amazing. They did not spend their time polishing the art, but it's cute pixel type art. It looks like an 8-bit Nintendo game from back in the day. but the sprites are well designed. There's a good variety of enemies. It's you're going through. It's a dungeon crawler. It's procedurally generated, and the problem with that, there's nothing wrong with procedurally generated, but what it's trying to do is it's trying to impose a really dumb story on a procedurally generated location. In other words, the story revolves around like you're gonna go into the crystal and relive the experiences of these people and blah blah blah, and for that reason the maze won't be the same 2 times you do it and this and that, and you're just like, I see what you're doing, can we just move on please? This is really kind of stupid and tiresome.
Can we cut the condescending crap and play the game?
That said, the gameplay is really good, especially because first of all, it's a loot game, so if you don't like sorting through loot on a regular basis, don't play this game. But it is fun to, constantly get a new sword or a new piece of armor. And the best part about the game is the combat. Although it's not perfect, I can tell that it's going to get more and more fun as I get more and more skills unlocked. Because when you watch people play when they're at like a pretty high level, they're just wandering around, just slaughtering people. And the reviews all say things like, when I feel like committing genocide, I'll put on this game. I should have linked a video to it because it looks like there's no video on the screen of this game. Sorry.
You did, probably.
My bad. Oh, I did. So what's the
Sorry.
problem? I'm just so interesting when I talk is the problem.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Interesting.
The gameplay is satisfying. The one criticism I have of the gameplay is that because it's a very basic art style, when you swing your sword, you're swinging it to the right or to the left, depending on which way you're facing. The character doesn't point itself up or down, but you can attack above you or below you because you're top down, right? So it's a little unsatisfying to be swinging your sword to attack the person above you, but not have the visuals match with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to match it.
But that said, it's a pretty minor criticism. And like I said, you don't play this for the visuals. You play it for the gameplay. And the gameplay is very satisfying. There's quests to go, seek vengeance in the what's it. And there's boss fights. And it's, there's skills that I'm unlocking where it's like it gives you a dash so you can dive out of the way when the boss comes at you. There's area of effect skills. There's all sorts of stuff. And there's this big skill tree with all these things you can unlock. And I'm having fun with it so far. So Chronicon, 8-bit game. We're not seeing, it's just loot sorting right now. Maybe we could see some combat later in the video. But
You don't want much, do you?
No, never does. Never does. He's very easy going.
I know I'm asking a lot for you to show
Very
some of the
easy
combat
going.
in this combat RPG that I've put up to you. But it's interesting. It's there's a lot going on in this game. It doesn't look like much at first, but once you get into it, like there's a bunch of and I mean when I say there's a bunch of stuff happening, I'm talking about monsters attacking you and you kill them, and then that's it. And you open some chests.
It reminds me of Gauntlet.
It is kind of like Gauntlet.
It reminds
There's
me
a
of,
lot of enemies on screen at once, isn't it?
It reminds me of a bit of Gauntlet, bit of Link to the Past.
Yeah.
Sure. And I think the difference is that it's just got a lot of stuff in it. So you're getting loot all the time. You're getting crystals, which you can use to buy stuff. You're getting gems, which you can upgrade your gear. And again, skills. The problem I had when I first played it was I thought so. Your quick bar, you have your actions 1, 2, 3, 4, or right mouse button, left mouse button. But then you have like potions and stuff that are defaulted to Z, X, C, V, which are your bottom 4 keys on the keyboard. And I didn't realize that. I thought C was your healing potion. So I kept trying to heal. What I was doing is I was creating portal spells. So there were like 3 portals back to the main hub world. And I was like, why am I not healing? And I realized, oh, wait, I'm making portals. So that was pretty silly. But yeah, I don't know. Chronicon, it's a good example of a game that has its aspirations not way up in the clouds, but it's just like, here, we're going to do this thing that, has a role for it, and instead of spending all our time making the graphics look lovely or doing amazing sounds or music, we're just going to give people what they, the most important thing for a game like this is the combat, and we're going to work the hell out of the combat, and they do, and it's good.
Yeah, no, it looks all right if you're into that sort of stuff.
Yep.
Looks
so
fine.
thumbs up on Chronicon.
Thumbs up on Chronicon. The last thing I'm going to talk about is a VR game, which I've had on my list for a while, but because we've been running quite long, I've never got around to talking about it. And it's called Accounting Plus. Because why not? Why not?
You played an accounting video game?
Accounting Plus, it's called in VR. And now you'll be pleased.
Oh, it's a VR accounting game.
It's a VR accounting game. But what you'll be pleased to know, Duke, is that this is made by Crows. And do you know what other game they made?
No. Oh, don't tell me.
They're Stanley Terrible.
For fuck's sake.
So I was like,
damn it.
I got
Like anybody fucking gives a shit.
Let me guess. You don't actually account for things. It's the illusion of accounting. Whoa.
No, that's where you would be wrong.
Overwhelmed by the metaphysical implications yet?
So basically, it's basically let's do accounting in VR to make it more efficient is the premise of the story. But the menus is fun. Sort of before you even start the game, that's kind of fun when it's doing the tutorial and how to move around in the game is kind of funny. But Duke, you'll be pleased to know I'm kind of with you. I'll be honest, I got a bit annoyed at it towards
No. It's a brilliant examination of the philosophical implications of games and what you think you can do in a game, what you actually can't do.
So I did end up being a bit bored.
Yes, good.
To be honest, at the end of the game.
Developer.
And they seem to take a lot of pleasure in having a lot of swearing in the dialogue. Like that's just funny in just in of itself. Just because there's lots of swearing.
It's edgy, dude.
It's edgy, dude.
Oh, so it's like Afterlife.
Yeah, exactly. Just like
where the
that.
punchline is just a swear word.
Yeah, lots of that.
Right.
Lots of that. And it's just weird. It just got, even for me, it got weird. So even I was like, no, I don't know. I've kind of done now. And there's this bit here.
That's the thing. It's like, where do they go after Stanley Terrible? Like, there's not so much they can do except, like, what if we went even further into the weirdness?
Yeah.
But
so there's
no
this bit, for instance, you're in the office and the phone rings. You answer the phone, and then there's two dudes arguing about what you should be doing.
Answer your telephone. Oh, it's meta. So
it's meta. They're arguing about what you should be doing in the game. I don't know. It's fine. I would not recommend anybody to buy this and play, even though its reviews are overwhelmingly positive. Who knows?
Because everybody who's like, oh, it's such a clever thing that they're doing here. I get what they're doing. Wink, wink.
Yeah. So I wasn't impressed. I'm like, and I didn't even finish it. I don't think it was that long.
That's why you're not impressed, because you don't have the whole thing, man. You don't get.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just have persevered to the end. Come on, man. I'm just glad I bought this in a VR bundle that was like 12 quid.
Yes.
So, and there's a few other decent games within that. So I was like,
I mean, I don't like to ever give up completely on a developer or a game type, but this concept of like, oh, there's so much.
I like the Stanley Terrible, so I know that I'm going to disagree with you on that. But but this, I just felt it was just trying too hard to be funny, and it just wasn't funny.
Kind of like the Stanley Terrible.
No,
you mean like this podcast?
Like this podcast.
I'm not trying. What are you talking about?
Yeah, who's trying here?
Yeah, really.
That's true, actually. Yeah, we're just not funny at all.
No, we're not. And that's it for me. That's everything I've played. Back over to you, Duke, because I do think.
Yeah, my one last game that I'll talk about. There was another demo that I played, but it's not even worth talking about. Spirit of the Island, not good. I've been playing more Star Wars: The Old Republic, in part because I found this Remnants of Hope squad and met some cool people. Kulurian and WM Sith Lord, what's up? But the interesting thing that I noticed is, because I realized the only thing I had ever done with this game, I had played 3 different characters until about level 25, 30 or so. Max level, I think, is 70 now or something, but 50 if you're free to play, which I am. I might pay at some point to get higher max level, but I doubt it. Anyway, here's the thing. All the characters I had ever created were all Jedi Knights. but there's a lot of different types of characters you can make. So
Isn't
I
that
figured,
like the only
okay,
one that people care about though, being a Jedi?
well, yeah, but then I realized, okay, I had to make a new character because this ROH crew is on a different server. So I was like, all right, I'll start over, and I'll try the Jedi Consular. Which, what's the difference in a Jedi Knight and a Jedi Consular? I don't know. I don't care.
Sounds like
but
a joke.
it kind of is. The point is that I did the one with the 2 swords,
Oh, yeah.
and it's a completely different origin story.
Oh.
So I was very intrigued by that, and which shows BioWare's skill. They have the 2 different storylines, and it might be true for, I don't know, there's maybe 15 different types of characters you can make. They operate in the same areas, and presumably the stories coincide, but they're completely different stories. And so I thought that was pretty cool that they're using the same landscapes, the same zones, but there's different stories going on inside of them. So I mean, it's a small thing, but I don't know. This is when they did Dragon Age Origins, right, which had the same basic concept. You have a bunch of different options for where your character starts at, and they all sort of converge on the same spot eventually. So I don't know. That was kind of cool.
It just made me laugh. I just saw that the character was running, but his arms wasn't swinging.
Right.
And I've just watched an episode of Seinfeld where Jerry dates a woman. No, Elaine works with a woman, and her arms don't swing when she walks, and she sort of makes a comment about it, and then she gets branded as the catty one, and it all becomes a sexism debate because everybody else says something about her, but she says something about it, and she's catty.
There you go. There you go.
But it was funny.
There's a really cool character that you meet up with in the Guardian or the Jedi Sentinel, whatever it's called. His name is Kaizen Fess. He's just interested. He's like a hunter type dude, and when he gets captured, he's like, I have dishonored the scorekeeper. Like, his whole thing is like his god, their god, the community. They worship this scorekeeper who's always keeping track of like how many points you get when you do a certain hunt. And the whole mission in life is to get as many points as possible. And then when you get captured alive, that's the biggest disgrace you can have. You should have fought harder. You should have fought to the death. So he gets captured alive, and he's like, I've lost all my points. And I just thought it was kind of an interesting concept to have this person, I mean, it's nothing original about some hunter who's disgraced and has to try to build his way back up. But I just thought the concept of like a god who is just tallying points for you.
Yeah.
I thought that was kind of cute.
Isn't that what like Christians believe though?
Pretty much, yeah, except not without explicit numbers attached.
Well, how do you know when you get to St. Peter? Doesn't he have the score sheet like at the gate, like
Well, I know that in Judaism you write your name in the book of life or the book of death.
Well, in your 50s, I mean, you scored quite high. You had.
Well, but Catholics, they just go to confession. It just wipes the slate clean.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Yeah. Anyway, so there are these flashpoints, which are, every MMO has group content, stuff you can do. You can do story missions together with people if you want, but the game is supposed to really be that the group content is where, people spend most of their time. And I did a flashpoint. This is the first time I've ever done this. I did it with one of the people in ROH, and it was fine. It took longer than I thought it would, so I was a little late starting the process of going to get dinner last night. But here's the thing. It's BioWare, so there's story content, and you're choosing dialogue. But when you're in a group of 4, it's kind of strange because, first of all, of course, some people are just racing through this in order to get the XP and the gear or whatever, and the credits. But they're still asking you to pick a dialogue option.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of weird because some people, you can press spacebar to skip through the dialogue and then just get to the part where you have the option. But some people apparently were watching all the dialogue. And so you're sitting there waiting to choose your dialogue option. And it's like, this person is still watching. Hang on. And so a lot of it was just waiting.
So you have to wait for the other people to go through the dialogue.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Fuck you know.
Right. So it's not very well optimized that way.
I can. That sounds as boring as Stu looks right now. Which is a comment by Adamski, by the way.
It is a boring process, but fortunately, there's not a whole lot of that, and most of the game is still a lot of fun. So I am having a good time with it. There is some like everybody on ROH apparently subscribes to the sort of premium service here, and I'm probably not going to do that, but I don't know. There are some benefits, so we'll see.
What's the premium service?
I want to get. Well, it's called like basically subscription, and I don't know. You
get a new hat?
Coins. Yeah, exactly.
You get a new hat?
Custom, you get cosmetic items. You can get different, It's not really pay to win, but it is pay to have like different colored lightsabers
Better shit.
and moving around faster, that kind of thing.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see. I'll get everything I can from the free stuff, and then if I decide, okay,
Adamski says you get to wear a dress if you.
Because I have paid I have played this game a lot and never given him a penny. So $15 for 1 month.
It's funny, isn't it? A lot of people play Call of Duty Warzone and they go, I can't believe you've actually paid for a skin, you stupid bastard. And I'm like, you've not even paid like a $5. What's a $5? You've played 100 hours of this game. Yeah. Like if you want to spend a $5, just just change it up,
to the company,
just to give you a little titillation in your video game, then why not?
Yeah. So anyway, Star Wars Old Republic, it continues to be a good game. The combat's not the most, fluid in the world, but it's good. It's fun. I'm still having fun with it. So.
Very good.
All right. We're done with what we've been playing. Is there news?
Wake up, Stu.
There is some news. I know, I'm waking up. I'm waking up.
Putting news first.
So,
what's the news?
So, you remember this light gun game in the arcades called House of the Dead?
Yes.
I do.
You remember this? And then we had whatever it was, Writing of the Dead.
Typing of the Dead.
Typing of the Dead. So if I had that.
Yeah.
Well, apparently there's going to be a House of the Dead remake. So I was like that. No, worse than that.
Oh, thank God.
Worse.
Yeah.
Stadia. It's coming to Stadia.
Really? Stadia is still a thing?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, when I read this, I was like, what? Who cares? Who's going to be playing this?
It's just 3 people.
I know. I was just like, this
is what they're counting on to revitalize
Stadia.
Stadia.
Apparently.
Stadia's getting those hot exclusives.
Hot exclusives. I don't know. It says, whilst we have news formally confirmed, information about the remake was spotted on the ratings website, thanks Stadia source. Although it stopped short of revealing the release date, of course, and the listing on the Nintendo eShop still only gives a vague 2022 release window, so it's coming to Nintendo Switch as well. Which kind of makes more sense, because you can use those controllers like a light gun, can't you? Kind of. So that makes a little bit more sense.
I guess.
So who knows? It's supposedly coming. Steam Deck released this week. Have you aware of this?
Ollie at work has ordered one.
I have too. I ordered one last year.
The reports that I've heard other podcasts who have one is that that is a big fucking piece of.
It is. Apparently, it's big and heavy.
It's like a big heavy. Because people are. It's going to be so portable, but it's like carrying around a fucking.
It is a laptop.
Like a laptop,
like
basically.
A laptop weight.
It's not good because I mean, a Switch you could put it in a deep pocket, couldn't you? Really?
Yeah, you couldn't put this. When you see them side by side, it's enormous. The screen's the same size.
Is that a Steam Deck in your pocket, or are you pleased to see me?
But apparently, it works really, really well. From what I've heard, there are some issues with it, but on the whole, it runs pretty mostly all of everything. So it'll even run Elden Ring. So if you want to play Elden Ring and get killed on the go, you can. Yeah. You can. So it's looking pretty good. And I pre-ordered one in July. So when mine will come, I have no idea. But I did read an interesting article. He said, you want to play Elden Ring on the go? Buy a Steam Deck. You can't even order them anymore.
No.
So how are you going to buy one? Is probably get fleeced on eBay for about £1,500 or something.
Artificial scarcity.
Exactly. So they say, you can't even get them. But that being said, Elden Ring is confirmed to run on it, so I'll be able to play that on the go should I ever get one.
Oh, thank God.
Who knows? Gabe Newell's explained why.
Can you imagine being on the bus next to someone playing a big old thing where they're playing Elden Ring? Like, God damn, my piece of shit! Sir, can you please stop flailing your enormous tablet computer around and cursing?
Interestingly, though, people are saying, although it's big and bulky, it is quite comfortable to play.
Well, I mean, if the bus journey's more than 10 minutes...
If they spent that much money on it, of course they're going to say it's comfortable.
If the bus journey's more than 10 minutes, then it'll just run out of battery anyway,
Right, yeah, well, here's the interesting
Here we go.
thing.
No, well, they've actually confirmed it's 2 hours, but what they don't tell you, Stu, is that it's on low power and it's probably running fuck all.
Wow. Because this is essentially a PC. you know, and in a handheld
Yes.
format.
Right.
It depends what settings you have your games on. Depends
No
on how
shit.
quick the battery runs out.
Let me guess. If you
So
play Peggle, it'll last a while.
Exactly. If you play Peggle, it'll probably last about 8 hours.
I wouldn't give it that.
No. Apparently, they've tested it, and low-powered
yeah.
games last for a long time.
Yeah.
Chinny, they
If you-
tested it.
If you're playing Elden Ring, you probably get about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
is about the size of it.
There's no way you're going to get 8 hours out of that. Sorry.
No, you do with obviously with
no,
very
no,
low-powered
Stu.
games.
Now, if you play
I'm just
Pong
saying
on
it,
it, Chinny,
when
then
you
you'd
tried
get 8
it.
hours.
No.
I've tried it, Chinny.
What, on Peggle?
Yeah, not on Peggle, but on some game that wasn't
What
very
game?
hard to
What
run.
game?
I don't know. I can't fucking remember.
You know what that game
Unpacking or
was?
something
That
like
game
that,
was
who knows?
fucking Cookie Clicker. That game was.
But anyway, it lasts quite a while, you know, if you play something shit, and it doesn't last very long if you're playing something high end like God of War on it or something. But God of War runs fine. Horizon Zero Dawn runs fine on it. So there's lots of things run fine. Talking of Steam, Gabe Newells explained why Steam have banned NFTs.
Because they're
you know,
stupid.
'cause a
That's
lot of
all he
people-
should say. They're stupid and we don't want them.
Yeah, but apparently this is what Gabe said. He went, "Fuck that shit. It's stupid." That's what
Yeah,
that was an
good.
exact quote off Gabe.
All right.
No, what he actually said, what he actually said was this: the things that were being done were super sketchy. That's what he's
Well,
saying.
yeah.
Uh,
Also, these trading cards and like half the shit on Steam are pretty sketchy too. Gabe.
Yeah, but what's interesting though, his choice of words wasn't far from my Mickey take, and then he said,
Yeah.
and there was some illegal shit that wasn't going on behind the scenes, and you're just like, yeah, this is bad. Blockchains as a technology are a great technology. That's the ways in which they're being utilized are pretty sketchy, and you sort of want to stay away from that. So that's
Yes.
so that's what he's saying. He's even saying like we have the same problem when we're accepting cryptocurrencies, because these things just can fold in a second, can't they? So they're worth that amount one day, and the next day they're worth half that amount.
Well, yeah.
Well, in theory, money could do that as well.
Money could do
Of
that.
course.
So anyway, they're not going to do it because he says it's sketchy as shit. That's his.
Well, yeah.
That's
He
his
lives in
glad
New
to hear it.
Zealand now, Gabe. You know that?
But the question is, when are they going to accept Bitcoin for their video game?
Who
Yeah.
knows? Yeah, never.
My dad was talking about Bitcoin
Oh, jeez.
yesterday.
We-
He
not,
was like,
not investing in it.
no. Because my dad plays bridge online with some people, and he's like, oh, one of my bridge partners, they're off to Florida next week, Mike. I was like, oh, right, yeah, nice, yeah. I think they've got money. I think they invested in that Bitcoin. I was like, all right. that must be it. It must be it.
That's probably what it was.
Do you know a lot about that Bitcoin, Mike?
Bitcoin.
Don't know anything about it.
Bitcoin. Do you remember actually the dude who paid for a pizza with Bitcoin years and years and years ago?
Years ago. No.
Years and years ago. He paid for a pizza with Bitcoin, and now that whatever he paid in Bitcoin for the pizza would be equivalently like worth like in this day and age about $250,000 or something
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Well, I mean, like things are worth whatever people are willing to pay
Yeah.
for, aren't they? So, like, I
Yeah.
mean, people go, well, it's just a made-up currency, but well, everything's made up. It's just been so long that we made up money.
Well, it's right, and as the bumper sticker says, terrorists are what the big army calls the little army, and a cult is what the old religion calls the new religion. So in a way, this whole process is cyclical. In a way, this is nothing new under the sun.
No.
But in another way, there's a reason that certain currencies are established and have stuck around for a while. And are there benefits to cryptocurrencies? Yes. Are there a lot of drawbacks? Yes. Is there a lot of bullshit, hype, and hoopla? Is that 99% of it? Yes. So
I imagine
Well, I mean-
it's a lot like a planet forming, you know. At the start of a planet, it's fucking madness, you know. There's lava everywhere.
yeah.
No one knows what's going on. You can't find your car, all right? And the volcanoes kicking off.
I think that's the number one problem. When
The dinosaurs are going, what the fuck's going on? And to be fair to the dinosaurs, they was on here like hundreds of millions of years. They didn't have thumbs, right? Well, I don't know what they were fucking doing, right? We've been on here on the 11th hour of the fucking, like, you know, whatever it is, whatever Neil deGrasse Tyson says, and we've got fucking everything, you know. We've got flutes, you know, we've got OBS that doesn't work, snooker, all the great things. What were the dinosaurs up to? But anyway, back to my analogy. I think Neil deGrasse Tyson is great.
There you go.
I forgot what I was talking
you go.
about, and then
I
I
have
just
no
drifted
idea
off.
what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I'm very
Anymore.
tired now.
I can see. I can see.
Going down. I played football on Friday,
Did you?
like actual real life soccer.
Actual real life soccer.
Hey.
So I think that has really fucked me up.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it did. Maybe it did.
That'll do it.
So anyway, there is one other little bit of news which is kind of cool. Silent Hill creator would like to make another game like it. So I'm guessing he's not allowed to use the name Silent Hill because that doesn't belong to him. But he wants to make another Silent Hill game that's not called Silent Hill.
It sounds like he's locked in a fucking basement, this guy.
How about Quiet Mountain?
Yeah.
I would like to make another game like the game that I made that made millions of pounds. Or cryptocurrency, whatever.
Kiichiro Toyami has said that he'd like to someday return to the psychological horror and create another game like his spooky classic.
Yeah.
So there you go. So
they almost made another Silent Hill, didn't they? With Silent Hills.
Yeah, Silent Hills. Close. It was so close.
But
PT, man. PT.
Yeah, they didn't do it.
But it never happened. It didn't happen.
And then
Which is
whatever
a
that
shame.
whatever that was became Death Stranding, didn't it? Or whatever.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did.
Strange stuff.
So who knows? Who knows? So yeah. So there you go. That's it. That's all the news. We're done.
All right. Thank you, news.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. We're done.
So what's next? Emails? Do we have emails?
No emails. No emails this evening.
Shall I check?
I've checked junk mail.
The Discord.
You have a look
Twitters,
as well.
I'll check.
tweets.
No, I'll check the Discord.
Anything on Facebook?
The Discord.
No.
Be my friend on the Facebook.
Wanna be.
Do you wanna be my friend?
We haven't done anything on Facebook in like several years. How about Discord?
Discord. Discord.
Discord.
Discord.
I will say, Mr. Hero is killing it with the memes on our Discord, man. I was browsing the memes channel, and he's got a bunch on there that were I enjoyed. A lot of times the memes, I'm like, okay, there's patterns, and it's cute.
Basically, everybody in the questions for the show section are just complaining that all the emails keep getting lost.
I know. Well,
that's the question. What's up with all these things getting lost?
But here's the problem: if you don't retrieve them within 30 days, they get deleted. So
do they?
Yeah, out of your spam, it automatically deletes.
How about every week you look in your spam?
I have been doing since I realized this was happening.
Okay.
Or just write in the Discord section of questions for the show, and it'll just stay there forever.
Really. Yeah, that's a good idea.
So there you go. So I have been trying to do that, but unfortunately, I don't always catch them all.
Well, that is the task of Pokemon, isn't it?
You got to get them all. You got to catch them all, man. So yes, I've been trying my very best, and I keep checking the spam and whatnot. So, I'm just trying my best. Okay, I can only do what I can do. I try my best. Anyway, we have got a speak pipe, so let's do that.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Speak pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
All right, this is from Dark Signs. Minute 30.
Okay.
Here it comes. You ready?
Yeah.
Hello, Veteran Gamers. Derek Scenes back again. I'm recording this message on 22/2/22, and there's no special significance to that date as far as I'm aware.
There is now.
But I wanted an easy date to remember because this will be the final time that I send you a speak pipe or an email.
What?
I won't go into the reasons why, but I've just finished sending a very similar speak pipe to the Joysticks and Chill podcast.
Oh, no.
What?
I mentioned before that the first time I heard the Veteran Gamers was episode 172 in 2013. And it was very shortly after that, on the 12th of May 2013, that I sent you my first email.
This is making me
sad. A lot's
sad.
changed in my life since then. But the Veteran Gamers podcast's always been there, so I'll always be grateful for that. It's been my pleasure and my privilege to have had a small part to play in the show. So I just want to say to Stu, Chinny and Duke, wish you all the very best, whatever the future holds for you and your personal lives and the podcast. I'm going to let Mr. Burbank have the final few words of my final speak pipe. But as for me, it's time to ride off into the sunset. So I'll just say adios, amigos. And of course, keep on gaming.
In case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Wow. Is it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it just me, or do you feel like I feel like I've done something?
I mean, if he's not doing any more speak pipes for either of the shows, then I mean, he just wants to retire from podcast contributions. I guess.
So sad.
I hope we didn't do anything. It just
seems
sad.
weird. It'll be weird,
and it's strange to have it so sudden. Like,
I like Derek's quizzes, and I like Derek's.
I mean, we love hearing from you, dude. And it's weird to me that there's no explanation or. I mean, I hope everything's okay.
Yeah, so do I.
Like, going to prison or gotten sick or something.
Well, let's hope he's not going to prison. That's a bit drastic. This is the first thing you thought of, dude.
That wouldn't be a good excuse because I'm sure you can get internet in prison.
Yeah, you can send emails.
Yeah.
From prison.
No, well, whatever it is, Derek.
Sad.
I hope you're well.
Yeah,
I hope
so do
you're
I.
okay.
I'm sad. I'm so sad.
If you need us outside of the podcast, just contact. Then please do. But if that's what you want to do, that's cool.
No, we respect.
Yeah, I mean, we respect you. We appreciate your privacy and everything, but
maybe it's just the constant every week I've got to send a thing, and he's just saying.
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely,
maybe it's just that.
I don't blame them.
Yeah,
I hope it is.
I hope it's that because that's nice. That's like I just don't want to do it no more. That's fine. Yeah. I hope there's not a more serious reason than that. But if you need to talk to us,
and I hope it's not something we've done because
I hope it's not that.
Sorry,
but
whatever.
I don't think
we've always been very appreciative. So we've never not been appreciative, especially the quizzes and stuff. That's I'll miss the most.
Yeah, I'll miss the quizzes.
I'll miss the quizzes, man.
Unless somebody else starts making quizzes.
Look, Jay stopped doing the quizzes, didn't he? Like, eventually, it sort of just becomes a chore. So maybe
that's
it's
fine.
that.
But he told us about his decision to stop doing the quizzes, and I mean, again, I hope that's it.
I hope that's it. I hope he's just bored of doing it, and he just doesn't want to do it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we do hope you're all right, Derek.
But if that is, let us know. If there's anything you can tell us, we're very curious to know more. We don't want to push and pry. Your life is your life, and you don't owe us necessarily explanations. But we are curious to know. We care about you. We want you to be happy, and we appreciate you being a part of our show for as long as you were.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
So, we love you, Derek.
Kind of sad.
Good luck to you. Yeah.
And that's kind of it for the social stuff. That's it. We haven't got. I mean, have you found something on the Discord, Chinny?
No. And we might as well close the speak pipe forever if Derek's not gonna.
I know,
right? Who else is gonna send a speak
Who's
pipe?
gonna
Unless
send?
there's someone out there who wants to send one.
Jacinta does send them.
She does send speak.
But next week she's gonna send her last one.
And Lewis used
to send us.
He's got a life now.
Lewis used to send us speak pipes, didn't he?
He's got a life now, though.
I know. That's what happens. People move on, man.
People grow old. It is what it is. Or a better way of saying it is what it is it's what it's.
It's what it's.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you've not done a speak pipe before, you've never sent us an email, do that for next week in honor of Derek. Not for us. And not for us. Do it for Derek.
Yeah.
There you go.
Do it for Derek, and we will keep on gaming, man. Yeah.
Do we need to open a GoFundMe page for him? That's what people tend to do these days.
If you need cash, we'll hook you up, man. I'll make a donation to a GoFundMe, but we need to make sure that that's it before we start everybody donating.
Yeah, let's just do it anyway. People seem to just do that stuff.
No.
Let's do one.
Because then we'd have to figure out what to do with the money if it's not.
Do a GoFundMe. Yay!
All right. Is it time for shout-outs?
I think it might be.
It's time for a shout-out. Hey!
Shout-outs. Well, I'll go first.
You go first.
I'll go first. I'm going to shout out, obviously, Derek. Because we're going to miss you, man. We're going to miss your input.
So predictable.
Sad.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. And I'm also going to shout out Dan, Hardly Dan, for all the moral support during my computer rebuild, PC rebuild. And I'm also going to shout out the man at the shop who was shit. There you go. Well, I'd leave it at that. Chinny.
Obviously, shout out to Derek. Shout out to...
so predictable.
I know. Basic. So basic. That's it, really. I don't really have anything else. I mean, Adamski's been pretty vocal today. Obviously, Harley Dan's been in the chat, but Adamski's been on it today, constantly in the chat. So shout out to Adam and yeah, that's me.
That's you. Duke.
Right. I will shout out Kalurian and Hills v Grim sending some Mandala love. Thank you, Hills v Grim. Tainted Brain, be well, my dude. Yeah, we love having you in my Twitter feed. So I love having you in my Twitter feed. So yeah, take care of yourself. ROH crew. Sith Lord, thank you for the flashpoint, and looking forward to gaming with lots of other people on the ROH team. And like I said, Mr. Hero is killing it with the memes on our Discord, and that's my shout out.
What does ROH stand for?
Yeah, Remnants of Hope.
Okay.
That's Remnants of Hope. They actually use the same software platform as the Damage Incorporated crew, but they don't have these ludicrous expectations. You will be in 17 events every week.
I thought it might stand for Radiators. Ouch. Hot.
Yeah, I think that's the original
Maybe it
meaning,
does.
but then they wanted to make it sound cooler, so they.
Hey, Duke! I did something that is related to words and stuff.
It's a backronym. Yeah, what did you do related to words?
I, for the first time in my life,
finished
a crossword.
Oh, sweet!
Wow, well done you.
And I'm not very good.
Yeah,
Me and my
good
dad
job.
did it collectively together.
Awesome. They're fun. I do a crossword every Saturday and Sunday morning.
I mean, some of them, I was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is.
Well, that's the thing, right? That's the thing on our daily paper, Monday, and it may be true for your daily. Did you get it from paper? Or did you get it from online or something?
It was in a fucking magazine called Bilston Magazine.
Fair enough.
And it's about
On our
all the
daily paper-
hip happenings of Bilston.
Yes, sure. Monday puzzles are the easiest, and then Tuesday, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday are the hardest. I tell the Duchess, save the puzzles from Monday, save them from Tuesday, save them from Wednesday. And
It
so,
sounds like he's quoting a Craig David song.
well, anyway, yeah. So I do the Ken, which is a certain kind of number puzzle. I do the Sudoku, and then I do the crossword, and it's just a nice way to start off a day on the weekend. So yeah.
I did a crossword on Monday. I did a Sudoku on Tuesday.
Thanks for listening.
We love you, Derek.
Love you, Derek. Hope you're well. Let us know what's
Boring.
That's the worst name I ever heard.
There you go. Done for another week.
There you go.
Welcome to the flower shop.
Welcome to the flower shop. Oh, I'm so sad that Derek's
I hope
not...
Derek's okay.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, I hope he's okay. It just seems so sudden, like you said. It's so sudden.
Yeah.
I hope this is it. I hope he's just like, I can't be fucking arsed.
Yeah, let's just hope
I
it's
mean,
not.
look, if that is it, and I hope so too, like, just say, like, I've given you a lot of speak pipes. It's become a chore. Like, I gotta draw a line under it. And
I've
we would
got
totally
stuff to do.
understand. We're not gonna be
Stuff to
mad
do.
about that. Yeah. Or even if you don't have stuff to do, even if you're just like, this is not as fun as it once was. That makes sense. I understand that. So, but just let us know. We just want the thing that
We just wanna
hurts the
know you're
most is not
okay.
having any information about it. Yeah. We want to know you're okay.
Unless-
And we're
unless-
also, I mean, I'm also just curious.
Unless it's personal, of course, then.
Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah,
if it's
yeah,
personal,
yeah.
we
If
don't wanna say
we've
anything.
upset
Then we
you,
gotta
we
know.
don't want to know. We don't want to know.
Yeah. Thanks, Pillow.
Okay.
Pillow
Well,
2274 said, "Thanks, guys. Really enjoyed the show."
Oh, thank you, Pillow.
Well, that's the show.
That's a good place to end the recording.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thanks, you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Bit of a downer, isn't it?
I'm
We're
gonna
all
go edit
down.
this
It
sucker
is. It
up.
just feels a bit weird.
It is. Yeah,
It's a bit
it's
weird.
very
No
good.
more Derek. I mean, it'd be weird not hearing his voice even.
Well, yeah, he's become a fixture.
Yeah, yeah.
Years.
It's like part of the show almost.
Counting on him.
It's just weird.
Well, what can you do? All we can do is
Yeah.
ask and hope that he lets us know.
Let's hope he's okay. Let's hope he's
Yep.
okay.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
Yes, you too.
Yes.
You too.
Peace out.
See you later.
Peace out. See you later.
Down with Russia. Long
Bye.
live Ukraine.
Yeah. Blimey. Weird old world we are.
Okay, I'm ending the stream. Say bye, Stu.